business manager. I'd like to thank his family for all their support. Thank you to my coaches and teammates who pushed me to be the person I am now and a better version of myself. You helped me become the best football player I can be and trusted me to make plays when we needed them. Thank you for all helping me become a better overall player and person. Number 12, Kamari McCorkle.
Welcome to Central Cabarrus High School. It is senior day. We're going to listen in to the rest of the seniors as they're called out, and we'll get our pregame started. Looking at about 7 o'clock for the kickoff. Central Cabarrus hosting West Rowan.
After high school, Alex plans to attend NC State University and major in mechanical engineering. He would like to start by thanking God for opportunity to play football with his best friends throughout the course of high school. We'd also like to thank his coaches for always pushing him to be a better athlete as well as a better man. To his parents, we'd like to thank them for never letting him give up and when times got hard. And to his teammates who always stood by him in the face of new challenges. Number 17, Alex Costa. Next senior, number 20, Dustin Crump. He's escorted out by his mother and father, Christina and David, Mama Ann, Mama Paula, and my grandmother. He plans to attend straight school right after high school. We'd like to thank God, his mother and father, and all his handlers for always being my biggest supporters. We'd also like to thank all the coaches and mentors that he's had all the way from when I was 8 till now. I'm not be where I am today without all of supporting me and coaching me to not only be a better athlete, but also be a better person. I thank all of you for everything. So like us, number 20, Dustin Crump. Our next senior, number 24, Gates Johnson. College and becoming a nurse anesthetist. I'd like to thank God, his parents, and the entire coaching staff. Number 24, James Johnson. Our next senior, number 51, Joshua Davis. Let's go to our father, Preston Davis, Grandma Rob Davis, Granny Kathy Davis, and sister Ellie Davis. He plans to attend a 4-year college at West Rowan Career Sports Management or Criminal Justice, legal and law enforcement and consular police. We'd like to thank everyone who's been with me throughout my high school journey, my family, friends, teammates, and community for helping me become the man I am today. Most importantly, I thank God for guiding me to university, recent injuries, and allowing me to keep playing the game I love. Number 51, Joshua Davis. Number 70, Holly Coble. Let's go to the seniors by Father Paul Coble, Maggie Peterson, and Tim Peterson. Timothy Morris, Sister Lacey Coble, girlfriend Ariana Benton. He plans on welding after high school, creating a life with his new girlfriend. I'd like to start by thanking my dad for showing me the power of working hard and what it is to help me achieve. I would like to thank my mom for the amount of love and care that she has shown me in my life, my sister for being the best role model that I've ever had, and for showing me how to be strong at university. I would like to thank my Nana and my mom for always being there, whether it was a regularly baseball game or high school football game. I would like to thank my girlfriend for showing me unconditional love and support, for never leaving my side when I get available. I would also like to thank the Davis family for providing me with a second family so I can go feel safe, and for John for growing and all London. I love you all. Number 70, Paul Coble.
Senior day activities over here at Central Cabarrus High School. We'll be getting ready for some football here just momentarily. Mark Plemmons with you along with James Red Melick, and the Falcons coming in a little bit better record on the year, but Central Cabarrus coming off a win last week, and things could be interesting if Central Cabarrus could find a way to get a win and start climbing back up into the middle of the standings. Again, we've got a West Rowan team that's coming in at 3-4 on the season, 2-2 in league play. Now, Central Cabarrus with the win last week at East Rowan sits at 1-3, but there are three teams ahead of them with 2 losses, including Concord, West Rowan, and South Rowan. South Rowan has got a date today with J.M. Robinson. You got to figure South Rowan is going to be a heavy underdog in there, so they could have a third loss. You've got Concord sitting at 3-2, playing Northwest Cabarrus. Northwest Cabarrus has been solid since the first game that they lost to start the season at West Cabarrus, and so there's a likelihood or a possibility that Concord could lose. You could have then 3 teams with 3 losses, and if Central Cabarrus could get that second win of the season, stay at 3 losses, that creates kind of a logjam. James, as you join in with us, I'm just running down the standings just a little bit in the middle of the pack with Concord South, Central Cabarrus, West Rowan, and it's kind of a cluster in the middle.
Yeah, there's a huge cluster, like you just said, right in the middle of this conference, and you'd have to think that there's a chance that those teams that are in that middle there with the Concord and the North Rowan, or the West Rowan, South Rowan, where those all set, they're all still fighting for a chance to make it into the playoffs. You might get a high seeding. You might be really high seeded and have to face a 2 seed or a 3, but you're still into the playoffs.
Well, as Robert Woodard, the coach for Charlotte men's baseball at 49ers, said you want a chip and a chair. You just want a seat at the table and still a chip to play, and you see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last year, like you just said, that anything can happen. We remember that A.L. Brown last year was seeded really high and ended up facing the 2 seed of Mooresville in the first round, and they almost pulled that upset in the first round. Mooresville went into the next round, ended up getting knocked out, but once you make it into the playoffs, it's 1-0. That's all you're looking for. You don't care about anything besides that one game. You win, you play. If not, you turn in your pads, and that's what matters. Is these schools just want to make it into the playoffs and keep those shoulder pads for one more week.
And, of course, senior day here at Central Cabarrus, and the big thing, you'd like to go out with a win on your senior day on your home field here at Dink Jordan Field. Central played pretty well. They had a couple of lapses last week against East Rowan. Had a chance possibly to go to a real take charge mode going into halftime. Had basically a flea flicker double reverse type pass that they got burnt on that turned into a late score in the half when it looked like Central Cabarrus might get the ball back and have a chance to score right before the half. 22-20 at half instead of possibly 22-14 or even 28 or 30 to 14 at halftime. Then, of course, they took charge in the second half.
Yeah, like you said, nothing more than to come out of here with a win on senior day, and one thing better on top of that, they've only got 1 win on the season. That 1 win they had was on the road. They're trying to get their first home win of the year as well. No better way to do it than on senior day here at home, in the last time you're going to get to play on this field as a senior. So watch for Central Cabarrus and the Vikings to come out strong. They're already motivated after last week getting that big win. So watch for them to play a good game today against West Rowan here.
Colors being presented by the ROTC group here at Central Cabarrus High School, and the national anthem coming up here just in a moment. We'll listen in.
Beautiful job there of the national anthem here at Central Cabarrus High School. Is week 9. Here it is, Mark.
Yeah, season seems to be just kind of flying by for us, but we've had some good games. We've had some blowouts, and it's. But we're getting down to crunch time. The teams are starting to play a little bit better and kind of tightening things up, and it should be an interesting football game here this evening.
I agree. We talked about this game being interesting. We have some other schools from Cabarrus County that got some interesting matchups tonight as well, Mark. We have West Cabarrus, who had a big win a couple of weeks ago against Northwest, facing off against Mooresville tonight.
Against A.L. Brown.
A.L. Brown, I'm sorry.
Yeah, kicked the last-second field goal, and the celebration was on at West.
Yes, it was, and they're in action with Mooresville tonight. We also have A.L. Brown in action with South Iredell tonight, a pair of 4 and 3 schools there. We have a crew at the Northwest Cabarrus and Concord game. John Von Cannon and Chris Hudson there calling that one for you guys as well.
And that one's over if you're one to listen to that or check in on that. That's on the Radio Free Cabarrus Facebook page, just audio only. They're also on the NFHS Network, so if you're an NFHS Network viewer, you can hear. If you want to sign up for the video and you're listening to us on the audio-only stream, NFHSnetwork.com.
Also, we have Robinson 7-0 versus South Rowan, a conference matchup. And then we can't skip past these two games right here, Mark. Two big ones, Weddington, Sun Valley. Weddington 6-0, Sun Valley 6-1. You saw Sun Valley here to start the season.
Oh, yeah, we did, yeah.
And Sun Valley looked well, but I don't know if they have enough to hang with Weddington. What do you think?
It's one of those games you want to stay close, try to push it later in the game, and then see what you've got left. On paper, it's heavily favored toward Weddington.
And then, obviously, the game of the week down in Charlotte, the number 1 team in the 4A, number 2 in the state and national ranked 100, facing off with the number 4 team in 4A, number 5 in the state of North Carolina, and unranked team of Huff. You have Mallard Creek and Huff, a pair of 6-1s facing off. You know that's the game of the week down in Charlotte.
Oh, absolutely. And both teams have played just really, really tough schedules, especially the Mallard Creek team. Got the coin toss at midfield. Central Cabarrus sending out their captains this evening, including Jamariel Oglesby Wiggins is one of those. Also, big number 76, Brandon Bevilacqua, and number 12 is KJ McCorkle. We'll check those West Rowan captains for you as we see them. We're on the opposite side of the field. Looks like number 21 is one of the captains, Lucas Watts.
Yeah, that's all I can catch is 21, as you said there.
Number 7, I believe, is Jemiah Tucker, one of the wide receivers on this team. And there's one more out there. Actually, that's the only 2 captains that are out there.
Those 2 captains.
Coin is in the air. The white hat looks at it, and
West Rowan has won the toss.
So they're going to get the option here.
And it looks like they might have deferred. That's what it looks like.
No, they're going to take the football. So they won the toss and elect to receive. And we're getting ready for the teams to run out onto the field. Central Cabarrus to our left and West Rowan to our right. If you're familiar with Dink Jordan Field, the scoreboard is to our right as we look from the press box, and the Gary Drennan Fieldhouse is to our left on that end zone.
Last game I want to hit on before we get into our game here real quick, Mark. Just one more. One of the teams we cover a good bit of, Mount Pleasant in action tonight at home at Larry Honeycutt Field there.
Michael John Stadium.
Yes, they are. Against Albemarle tonight, 2-5. So trying to get them a win there. We were out there a couple of weeks ago and got an interview with their head coach there. And,
we've talked to Daniel Crosby a couple times this season and been down there. That's a big game for them. Here comes the Vikings.
And that's a big run out there for a lot of those kids. When we were sitting here pregame, Mark, they had a lot of seniors that got recognized here. Whether you were a cheerleader or a football player, you were recognized. That run out of that screen in front of your home crowd on your final game at home, that means a lot, and that's something special. Some of these kids will not go play at the collegiate level, at the college level. So that's the last time they'll be running out in front of their home crowd. And that run right there, you know that has to feel very special for them.
Absolutely. So kickoff will be coming now for Central Cabarrus, they'll be kicking from right to left as we look at the action.
21 back deep to receive, it looks like, is going to be Lucas Watts.
Yeah, Watts is one of those captains.
And Tucker looks like he's left. So you'll have Tucker left, Watts right to get the kick return and get this game started. Central will be kicking off from right to left. 12 minutes on the clock, and Week 9 is about underway here for Friday Night Lights. It's starting to get to that part of the year, folks. If you're not here, it's starting to get that chill in the air. It's feeling like football season. Dark early, lights on. We're about set for Week 9. And here is the kick, and we are underway, and it's a short one that they're going to try to get, and it's going to be jumped on by the Falcons around the 40 to 39-yard line. They're going to call it the 39.
Yeah, I think that was an onside attempt, and it went just a little too far.
Yeah.
They peeled back a little bit, but the ball went too far. Nobody could get to it. What you hope on an opening kickoff like that is somebody turns their back and they run down to get into the blocking scheme. They did about a half turn, but the ball was kicked a little too far.
The offense led out there for the Falcons by their junior quarterback, Brett Graham, who hands it to the man who comes out of the slot, makes a man miss near side, working left to right, and he gets brought down as Feaster with the tackle, the senior wide receiver.
Ishmara, one of the seniors on this team, making the tackle on the play.
Working left to right on this first drive. Ball on the near hash, so the right hash. They hand this one off to the ball carrier who goes up the middle of Kennedy. And Kennedy picks up about 4 there, but enough to move the chains. Kennedy here, Mark, the leading receiver, leading rusher, and leading TD scorer for the team. He's got 81 receiving yards a game, 99 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns on the season, 7 of them on the ground.
Quarterback coming up and talking now. If they work pistol, this is likely a run formation from Central Cabarrus scouting report.
1st and 10.
And they'll play fake.
1st and 10 on the left hash, working left to right. They take the ball, working left. The quarterback throws it to Graham, finds a man who makes the catch inside the 25, and a nice catch over there on the far side of the field by Brandon Stevens.
That's a really good. He evaded the pressure. That was Infinite Mara that was chasing the quarterback but couldn't quite catch up.
Ball spotted at the 24, and a huge play there from Graham to Stevenson. 1st and 10 here. They have trips right, 1 left. They move the slot receiver in motion to the wing back, hand the ball off to the running back who goes right up the middle down the left hash and gets hit after a pickup of about 5 is Jalen Neely.
Let's do a little bit of counteraction there, and Central kind of overran that one just a bit.
Hurry up offense for the Falcons as they're facing a 2nd and 2. Graham gets the snap, looks to the middle of the field, almost picked off a dangerous throw as he was trying to get that one to Kirk.
Yeah, and I think that was Oglesby Wiggins may have gotten a hand on it, or at least got into the vision of the wide receiver. So it brings up 3rd down.
Threw that one behind the receiver there, and like you said, Wiggins almost came away with it. Trips to the right here on this 3rd down and 2. Neely in the backfield behind his quarterback, and flags fly.
Infinite Mara jumped. Let's see, were they drawn off? They're going to say offside. That was unabated to the quarterback, so it'll be a 1st down. That's a costly penalty there.
Yeah, that's a big one there because that moves the sticks and gives them a 1st down.
Had a chance there to possibly force a 4th down, and the decision whether or not to go or kick a field goal. Now you basically got 1st and 10 just outside the 10.
They give this one off to the ball carrier there of Kennedy, who works left, and he gets a couple yards there and gets inside the 10 to the 9. And that's the first stop inside the Pizza Hut red zone today. Remember, it's not too late to go to pizzahut.com, get yourself a pizza, cinnamon sticks, breadsticks. You can even go on the app and have it delivered right to your door, pizzahut.com. So a 2nd down and 9 here after a pickup of 1 from Kennedy. They hand this one off to Neely, who slips in the backfield and tries to get up. And he'll only get back to the line of scrimmage before slipping on that turf.
Dayton Jordan got him that time.
Yes, he did.
Dink reached out from the turf and got him. Just a little slip.
It's a little slip there. It's getting a little cooler, like I mentioned there. It's football weather, and it feels real good out here for football, but that doesn't help on the field because it gets some moisture on it. Those cleats don't dig in as well as you're used to, and down you go. 3rd down and 9 here. They give this off to Kennedy, who goes right up the middle. He's fighting towards the line to gain, but he's not going to have enough, and he stops short at the 4.
And it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. They've moved quickly down the field, have not gotten a lot of resistance, and now
and they're pulling out a receiver and bringing in another back into the backfield.
so they're going to go. They're going to go jumbo.
They got Kennedy in the backfield directly behind his quarterback, Graham, a receiver each direction, and Graham now slows up, split by 2 fullbacks on each side of him.
Central Cabarrus looking really aggressive.
8:47 left here, first quarter. There's a snap to Graham. Graham gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy works right now, goes back left, and he's going to walk in there for a touchdown. Is Evan Kennedy.
The play was designed to go right, and they did not have any containment on the backside left. And when he saw that, he just sprinted just diagonally to the end zone and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, like you said, Mark, it was designed to go right, and they had everybody working right because that's the way it was designed to go, and nobody there on the backside to close the doors. They're going to line up to go for 2 here, Mark, and there's the snap to Graham. Graham's going to fake it off to Neely. Graham rolls right, throws, and that one's going to fall incomplete and off the hands of his tight end there, Max Brown. So the score stays 6-0 here with 8:31 left at Central Cabarrus. Mark Plemmons, James Melick on the call for you guys this evening. We'll let you know.
Who do we have on the touchdown run?
Touchdown run there, that was Kennedy.
Kennedy, okay.
Evan Kennedy there on a 4-yard touchdown run. We want to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by BenMinot.com, the proud sponsor of the halftime show, your hometown drugstore, Cannon Pharmacy, the sponsor of the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, Wilkinson Funeral Home, proud sponsor of 485 Sports and high school athletics, your Carolina Pizza Hut, the sponsor of the Pizza Hut Red Zone, Cabarrus County's newspaper, the Independent Tribune, Mark's day job.
Yep.
The Carolina Renaissance Festival and the Southern Christmas Show, all proud sponsors of 485 Sports. After the touchdown, the Falcons set to kick this one off from left to right. Chinwall back to receive with James. James will pick it up and work it far side of the field across the numbers at the 20 and get hit right at the 20 and be brought down after fielding it around the 3.
There were 4 guys there waiting for him at the 20. They defeated their blocks, got down, and were just standing there waiting. And James looks like he was trying to figure out, is there somewhere else I can go? And he finally said, well, let me just run in and get what I can get.
And this is where we see the Vikings offense for the first time today. Are led by their quarterback of Lucas Rogers, the junior. We've seen Rogers show a lot of brief moments and a lot of talent this season, and back in there again as we see the man in motion of Bryson Pate. We haven't seen him for a few weeks, but he's back and throws that one right to the middle, and that's going to be caught on first down as he hits his receiver there, and that looks like that's what, 16?
I believe is that Clay?
Is that Daniel Clay?
Yeah, Daniel Clay, the 10-yard pickup.
As we talk about it, he was one that made a big play in the Piedmont game. Daniel Clay did. He makes a big play there on first down and moves the chains, moves the ball up to the Central Cabarrus 33 here. Working from right to left. They'll put the quarterback in the middle, split by James on the left. They move Chinwall from left to right in motion. Chinwall, the lone receiver, to the right now. Snap to the quarterback. He gives it off to James. James work right, goes across the numbers, spins, still on his feet, and hit at the 40 on the far side of the field for a pickup of about 6 there.
That's a little inside running game for Central Cabarrus. We talked to Coach Zach Bevilacqua before the game, and early in the season, James was bouncing that too quick, trying to go outside. What he wants him to do, duck down inside, get back in behind that blocker, and then if it closes up and it opens up to the outside, he can bounce. But there's usually a lot more running room on the inside of those particular plays when they're running counter, when they're running trap.
5 receivers set here. They move James in motion. They keep it with Rogers. Rogers right up the middle and down the right hash. Got enough for the first down and spotted at the 44 and moves the chains.
A lot of eye candy with that when you send the motion man, so you got to respect whether or not that motion man gets it on the jet. He didn't. The quarterback just takes it straight up the field with a good hole.
As we see Clay come off the field there after making the first down catch there to move the chains. But another first down here with the ball spotted at the Central 44. They come out with two receivers to the left. Now they're going to shift the receiver to the right. And moving back across the field is Ash Morrow. So they have two left, one right. There's the snap, gives it to James. James works right, gets to the numbers, and gets hit short of midfield at the 49. They might mark him right at the 50, and that's what they're going to do.
You see that little hesitation, and he was able to make the defense kind of check inside and then bounce it to the outside, got extra running room.
Pickup of 6 there on first down, makes a 2nd and 4 here for the Vikings. And after they let the Falcons score on the first drive, an answer here would be huge. They'll line up 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, ball on the right hash. They move Chinua in motion from the left side to the right side. They give the ball off to the back, who comes down the left half to James. James is streaking towards the end zone. Nothing happening for James. Touchdown for the Vikings.
50-yard touchdown run. They orbited Chinua into the backfield and then just ran the little counter going back in that direction, and there was great blocking. James hits the hole hard, and they just outran everybody at the end zone.
Yeah, like you said, they had to pay so much attention to Chinua here. That's what really made that play work, is they moved Chinua from the left side receiver into the backfield, and you looked like you were going to run that jet sweep with him, and he actually went behind the quarterback, and that opened it all up, and that's the play that really made it happen. James.
Extra point attempt away from taking the lead as Central Cabarrus. If Cossack can get the ball through the uprights.
There's the snap, the place, the kick. It's up, and it is good. Central Cabarrus has the lead here, 7-6, 5:36 left, and Central on top early.
So Cossack with the kick, good operation on the extra point, and you can see what he can do with that strong leg.
The Vikings 1-6 on the year, 1-3 in conference. Only win of the season was last week against East Rowan, 37-20. Nothing at home yet for these guys. They're trying to get their first win of the season here at home on senior night in front of their home crowd. Real quick, West Rowan 3-4 in the year, 2-2 in conference. Last week they faced Robinson and lost 48-7. 5:36 left here, first quarter. Kicking off right to left are the Central Cabarrus Vikings. Back deep to receive is going to be Tucker and Watts. Watch to the right. Watts to the right. Tucker to the left. There's the kick. It'll go to Watts. Watts will field it at the 15. He'll work down the right hash, gets behind a blocker, finds a seam, keeps on his feet now at midfield, gets hit from behind and brought down across midfield up at the Central Cabarrus 48 in a big return from Watts. And he just got behind a blocker there and just took off midfield, and that's where he got brought down. And great field position here for the Vikings after a good kick return from the 15. They bring it back across midfield into Central Cabarrus territory with 5:28. Ball on the right hash mark. Got trips left, 1 to the right. Neely in the backfield is the back behind Graham, the quarterback. Gives it to Neely. Neely works left, really working left, goes across the left hash, still on his feet, hit at the 45, fighting forward near the 40.
This will be interesting. There's a flag downfield in the area. A Central Cabarrus player was just buried to the ground. It's probably a blocking penalty, and it's probably going to bring back most of that run, if not all of it.
It was a good run there from Neely as Neely worked left, as you saw there, Mark. He thought about trying to tuck it in and noticed there wasn't anything there and really worked it out left there and had a seam, and it's going to be holding against Central.
I'm not sure how that happens. The Central player just got buried, and the player was laying on top of him. The only thing I can know is if he grabbed him and he fell down on top of him.
That's enough to move the change and a new set of downs and move the ball in all the way inside the 35 up to the 34. With 5:18 left here, the Falcons threatening on a second drive to go back-to-back. Graham steps up and directs traffic. He has trips left, 1 to the right, ball spotted in the middle of the field. They move the slot man to the wing back now left side. There's the snap. They give to Neely. Goes up the middle, dances to the right. Still on his feet as he's hit. Spins out of a tackle, running backwards now and brought down for a loss back near the 38, sorry.
Flag right near the line of scrimmage. It came in an area where it might have been a hold, and the timing of it might have been a hold.
And I think that's what it is. I saw the official point towards West Rowan, and that's the direction it appears to be. And it is holding.
So the hold giveth and the hold taketh away.
A little bit of both there happening.
So it's a 10-yard loss. It'll bring up second down. Now, the two teams,
so we got
they're offsetting penalties. I didn't see the second penalty.
I didn't either. They pointed for West Rowan, and then they said there's offsetting penalties. So I didn't see the second one.
I didn't see the second one either.
And now we're going to
have some explanation, I think, here.
I think we got a timeout from Central. Is that what that is? No, timeout Central.
It looked like he tapped his shoulders like it was
an official timeout.
Official timeout.
Now they're backing the ball up for West. Head coach Zach Bevilacqua seems upset here, trying to get an explanation as well.
Now, where they've gone back to was where the player was tackled. If it's offsetting, it has to go back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's where.
Oh, what the?
So the ball spotted after that at the 38.
Maybe they declined the penalty, not offset, declined the penalty. So
yeah, that's what they did because it's second down. So yes, they declined the penalty like you said there.
We gotta watch this game close.
Yeah,
we're losing a lot of.
Graham makes the throw. It's going to be caught far side of the field, enough for a first down as he gets that to Evan Kennedy.
Kennedy, that went through two different guys to get to Kennedy.
Yeah, it did. And, yeah, we're definitely going to have to pay attention because I thought it was offsetting penalties there like you did, Mark.
The way he signaled it, that's what I thought too. And then when they took the ball back to the line of scrimmage, it made no sense.
There is a snap to Graham. Graham set to throw middle of the field. It's going to be off the hands and incomplete as he tried to go back to Kennedy again, and a lot of green jerseys there.
They had him bracketed that time, and the ball tipped up in the air. The back man was just too close to catch the deflection.
Jordan Haney, the one back there. In coverage, it brings up a second down and 10 here. Ball spotted at the 22 of Central Cabarrus with 4:28. Trips to the right, one left, ball left hash, working left to right. They fake the handoff to the running back. They keep it in the hands of Graham, who goes right up the middle down the left hash and all the way inside the 10 down to the 9.
Graham rode that back a long time before he pulled it, and he waited till he got the read. And when he got the read, he just took off.
So we'll make a stop inside the Pizza Hut red zone. Will the Falcons here? Remember, it's not too late to go to pizzahut.com. First and goal. Trips right, one left. Gives a handoff to Neely. Neely right up the middle, fighting and hit at the goal line, and he's in there for the touchdown. Second rushing touchdown of the day for the Falcons, and the first one for Neely. Kennedy with the first one from 4 out. This one here from 8 out for Neely. And the Falcons take the lead again. They'll line up for 2 points after being unsuccessful on the first try. Try to make it a 1-touchdown lead here. They line up a receiver each direction. Wing back to the right, shift them in motion. Graham gets it, rolls right, decides to throw left to a man that's wide open. His tight end who couldn't catch it last time, Max Brown, but this time he's successful.
So Graham to Brown, and 14-7.
And a little misdirection there is all that was, Mark.
Yeah.
They had everybody working right. The tight end lined up left-hand side, showed block, and then just got off that block and was standing there with nobody covering him left side there. And Graham just turns his shoulders and burns one into him with 4:02 left here in the first quarter. 14-7 the score. And right now, both offenses clicking here early. The Falcons to kick this one off from left to right, back deep to receive is Chinua and James. Chinua is to the right, James to the left. And there's the kick. It's a line drive kick towards James, who fields it about his own 8. On top of the numbers now at the 20, fighting towards the 25, and that's where he gets a shot and goes down. right at the 25.
Couple scores coming in. No score early on at Concord, Northwest Cabarrus and Concord. Into the first quarter, J.M. Robinson 14, South Rowan nothing.
Got another one here for you. A.L. Brown, South Iredale. A.L. Brown leads that one 3-0. And Mooresville, West Cabarrus. Mooresville leads 7-0 over West Cabarrus.
Into the first quarter, Lake Norman 7, Cox Mill nothing. And again, those all on your Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard.
Also, one more, just real quick, Mark. Sorry, one of the big games we talked about, Weddington Sun Valley. Well, Weddington leads that one 7-0 early in that matchup. 3:45 left here, working right to left of the Vikings, and a snap that the quarterback of Rogers wasn't ready for. Now he works right. He'll throw, go towards Chinua, who makes the catch, and a nice play from Chinua near the 40 at the 38.
Nice job of Rogers just continuing to buy time as he rolled out and was able to make a good throw and a good catch by Chinua.
Yeah, that started off like it was going to be very disastrous there because it didn't look like he was ready for the snap. It hit him right about his belt line. He was able to gather it in, roll right, and make a great throw to Chinua.
Chinua Ezebu.
And he's one of the ones that you're definitely going to have to keep an eye out for. He is an athlete here for the Vikings. After the first down catch, they'll come out 2 left, and they'll shift James in motion from right. Oh, that's Ogilby Wiggins from right to left. They give it off to James, who goes up the middle and runs right into a host of Vikings, and he'll lose a yard.
Yeah, the Falcons just swarmed over him that time, and nowhere for Central Cabarrus to go with that one. Loss of about a yard, looks like. They're pretty charitable about that.
Yeah, it could have been 2 or 3, and they only gave him 1. Quarterback of Rogers trotting back into the huddle. Again, no play clock here at Central Cabarrus this evening, so having to pay attention to the back judge. They'll line up 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Then move James from the left side in the backfield to the right into the slot. Now James catches it low and it's into the dirt and incomplete, and Rogers frustrated with that one because he wants it back.
Yeah, I think he thought they had a pretty good opportunity out there with that little screen pass.
Clock stops with 2:49 here. Ball spotted at the Central 37, facing a 3rd down and 11 here.
Looks like we're short officials today, aren't we?
It looks like we are.
We've
I
got
only
4
see
officials
4.
down there.
I only see 4 on the field.
Nobody in the press box.
The lineup trips left, empty right. There is the snap. Rogers throws. It's going to be off the hands as he jumps trying to make the catch and can't bring it down.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Gregory, I don't know if the ball might have been tipped a little bit, but he had to get it over an outstretched hand of a pass rusher, so they're going to have to punt it away.
A tough break there, as it looked like it was going to be a promising drive for him after that first down play when they hit Chinua Azebo for about 14 yards, but then right after that it stalls out. They lose a yard and nothing else happening. We have 2 guys back deep to receive here for the Falcons. Have Watts and Tucker again back deep to receive. Watts right, Tucker left. There is the snap. Able to get it off his foot in plenty of time.
Nice kick.
Going to be fielded by Tucker, far side of the field. Tucker thought about working near side, now goes far side towards his own sideline, still dancing around, and he's hit and brought down across the numbers there on the far side of the field around the 33.
Central Cabarrus did a good job there, just keeping him in front, not going for every shake and bake that he had, and they took him down for a very short return.
Like you said, they only returned the ball about 4 yards there, and they're spotted at the 35 is the official spot of the ball.
Cossack with that high spiraling kick.
The offense takes over, working left to right, ball in the left hash. They'll put 2 receivers wide side of the field, 1 to the short. They give this off to the ball carrier, Kennedy, who works left, and he'll pick up a couple.
Good job that time getting down low, and
looks
like 33 with the tackle. Or is that 33 or
might be a 33 or 53.
Maybe 53.
Yeah, it could be 53.
Will Schultz. Schultz had been out with an injury. He's back. So it looks like he's lined up at defensive tackle, so he's playing on the line.
There's a snap. They give it to Kennedy again. Up the middle. Finds a seam. Kennedy across midfield. Nothing but green grass in front of him across the numbers left side. Kennedy in there for a huge touchdown from the 37-yard line.
63 yards.
So a 63-yard run for Kennedy, his 2nd touchdown of the day. All 3 touchdowns so far for the Vikings coming on the ground. 2 for Kennedy, 1 for Neely. We said Kennedy was the leading rusher here on the team with 99 per game. Had 7 rushing touchdowns coming into the game, 13 total. Make it 8. Already over 100 yards in this game as they go for 2 again. They throw it backside of the end zone, and a flag flies in, and it's caught, but a flag flies in.
Well, he was out of the end zone when he caught it, but they're calling pass interference on the cornerback.
It looks like 13's the one that made the catch.
Really
Brandon
tight coverage. I don't much like that call.
I agree.
He may have had his hands on him, but
I agree with you. I'm not much of a fan of that
now,
call either.
if I were Tom Brady right at the moment and this were an NFL game, I could not say that I didn't like that call because it would violate his contract with the NFL.
Yes, it would. Now, I'm curious on how that's going to work with him in the press box now.
Fox ought to fire him.
Because he can't say anything like that.
Yeah, he can't do his job.
He cannot do it as good as he's, obligated to, if you ask me. I'll line up here in a jumbo package. Neely in the backfield. They give it off to Neely. Works right, and he walks it in there for a touchdown. So the score now 7-22 is the score. The Vikings trail the Falcons with 1:54 here first quarter.
Yeah, you gotta avoid those big runs. You can't let them just come gash you with that one.
No, and that's the second big run that we've seen so far today, Mark. We saw James take one from 50, and we just saw Kennedy take one from 63. The Falcons going to kick this one back to the Vikings. They have James to the left, Chinwall to the right. So far, they've kicked everything towards DeMonte James. They've kept it out of the hands of Chinwall, who stands on the right hash when they kick it from left to right. Here's the kick. This time they go back towards James. James will field it on top of the 10, right on the numbers, come near sideline, gets behind a couple of blockers and fights forward near the 30, and it should be right about at the 30 for the offense.
They may be kicking in the direction of James. What they're doing is they're kicking it directionally down in that corner. You don't want James or Chinwall to catch the ball out on the hash mark because you've got more room to work. You ideally run up the field, make one good hard cut. He has no choice on a cut when he catches the ball outside the numbers where he did. He was almost at the 10-yard line on the outside. Coming up the field, the only cut he can make is either straight ahead or back to the right because the sideline will hem him in.
Working from right to left, ball spotted on the left hash. They move Clay in motion, now put him back left. Rogers throws and jumps up there, and a great defensive play there by the defense. Number 9, Kevin Toomer, jumping up there to bat that one down.
Hands in the air have been a problem the last 2 drives. I wonder if you try a pump fake, maybe a double move out on the outside and try to throw it downfield.
I agree with you on that because they've got up there and batted 2 of them down in the last 2 drives. That's the second one there.
I think there was another one that was influenced. It may not have tipped it, but it looked like the charge was influenced.
Move Clay in motion from the left side wing back to the right. They hand this one off to James, who works left side across the numbers, brought down just across the 30 at the 33.
That's a good 3-yard gain, or 2.5, 3-yard gain for James. He got hit, but was able to break the first tackle. The one-man shot past the blocker, and that could have been a big loss. Instead, he turns it into a positive play.
As they line up here for a 3rd down and 7 with 1:17 left here. The ball thrown 33 on the left hash. Wide side of the field, they put trips. Rogers now lifts Clay from the inside receiver spot out to the left side spot now. So you got 2 right, 1 left, Clay out left. Rogers rolls right, finds a man who makes the catch. Is going to be McCorkle. McCorkle fighting upfield, still on his feet, but brought down short of the first down marker near the 35.
Flag late. Let's see if it's a unnecessary or a face mask. It's likely to be a penalty on the defense based on their body language.
We await the Signal from the official on the field. Clock stopped with 41 seconds left here.
Let's
the score, 22-7, the Falcons on top.
Now, we're going to say block in the back against Central Cabarrus. I was gauging my response on when it was thrown and by the reaction, because one of the players for West Rowan was doing the oh my goodness no kind of action, but
and it also looked like the McCorkle kind of got brought down a little bit funny there as well. So the face mask would have made sense because the way he got tackled. So I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, we couldn't see, but they say it's blocking the back.
Penalty is declined. I will decline it. That'll make it a 4th down here after only a pickup of 3. So the punting unit heads out there for the Vikings. And they're set to punt this one away, and they're trying to rush somebody on late.
They've got two people running on late.
Now one coming off, one going on. Whistle from the white hat. We're set to go here. Back deep you have Tucker and Watts. Tucker left, Watts right. This one goes towards Tucker. Tucker will make the catch. He'll come near side across the left hash. Stop, jump back towards the left hash, and he jumps forward to the 45. It's only a return of 5 on that one, Mark.
Wes's Balin came up and made sure that he cut back in. When he cut back in, he dove at his feet and took him down. Good play there by number 5 for Central Cabarrus.
So a return of 6 there for Tucker.
They've had great field position. Started at their 35, their 40, the Central Cabarrus 48.
They've worked with short field all day as they line up. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Neely in the backfield. Ball spotted on the right hash, working left to right. 2 receivers wide side. Graham in the gun, gets the snap, gives it to Neely. Neely up the middle, fighting forward, and he'll pick up a couple.
That'll likely be the last play of the first quarter.
They're going to give him 3 and move the ball up to the 48-yard line. Clock under 10.
Well, they're hurrying. They're. I don't know if they'll get it off or not. They're not going to.
No, they're going to jog towards the sideline. Then I'll end the first quarter here with the score 22-7. The Falcons on top of the Vikings here at Central Cabarrus High School. You're listening to 485 Sports on the National Federation of High School Sports. Mark Plemmons, James Melick here for you guys this evening.
Well, Perry Gabriel, if you're listening, this was a good one. Not going all the way from the 2 or the 5 like we had last week at Hickory Ridge.
Yeah.
Quarter changes, we go from the 48 to the 48.
And they just do
and that's a 4-yard walk-off.
A 4-yard walk-off. And we have an update here on a couple of games, and I just tapped on it. Rubens Gap, who made the trip up from Reuben Gap's Georgia, playing Providence Day. Coach Chad Greer there and company. Rubens Gap on top of that one, 10-0.
Yeah, it's odd that Ravens Gap comes up. They're in Georgia, but I guess it's easier to get into North Carolina than it is to go back across the mountain or something.
And they are in action. You have Providence Rocky River. That one tied at 7. Weddington Sun Valley, 14-7. AC Reynolds and Elkin, 14-0 AC Reynolds. It's a couple of updates there. Oh, I got one on the Huff Mallard Creek game, too.
Okay.
I'll give you that one after this play here on the Huff Mallard Creek. This one might shock some people. Well, actually, I'll tell you, since we have a quick brief moment. Doesn't tell me how much time's left, but 5 minutes ago this was posted. Huff 10, Mallard Creek nothing. Huff on top in that one.
That's early.
It's early. Now working from right to left of the Falcons. Ball on the far hash. They toss this one to the guy who comes out of the slot, left side, comes upfield, now down inside the 40 before being brought down, and a great run there from Feaster.
Yeah, it'll count as a pass because he did the little Utah pass or the shovel pass.
So the ball on the right hash on that play, now working left hash on this side. I'll put a receiver each direction, one far out on top of the numbers, far side, one over outside the numbers left side. They give it to Neely, who works right, finds a little seam, spins, and gets inside the 30 all the way down to the 28. And
Infinite Morrow lost his hat, so he'll have to come out.
And looking at this here, there's something that I listened to one of the commentators say watching a football game that I want to bring up here in a minute, and I'll say that you don't see a whole lot of it at the high school level, but now I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to it, and I'll explain it here when we get our next little bit of time. I'll put a receiver each direction, a wing back to the right, Neely behind his quarterback of Graham. Fakes the handoff to Neely. He looks far side of the field. Receivers wide open, and it's a great defensive play on the far side of the field as that was in and out of the hands of Kennedy. And it looks like it's number, what is that?
I can't see. Bunched up, is it?
It's either a 6 or an 8. So it could be 6 because 6 is a defensive back. That's going to be Kennedy Bell.
Yeah, it looks like it's 8, I think.
Like the Ash Morrow.
So Ishmara with he was beat, but he kept working, and he got his hand in and knocked it free once it hit the receiver's hands.
3rd down, and we're going to have a jump, and I'm thinking that one might go against Central because that's where I saw the helmets move, and it is.
Well, the right tackle moved, but he moved, I think, after Central Cabarrus did.
Big number 74 jogging off for the Vikings. Going to be Kendrick Parks jogging off. So a 1st and 10 after the false start. That's the 2nd time they've had him against the ropes there, Mark, and they've gave him a free 1st down.
Yeah.
The lineup trips to the right here with the ball spotted at the 34. One receiver left. Neely in the backfield. There's a snap to Graham. Fakes the handoff, throws it to the left, and that one off the hands of Feaster.
Feaster catches that if the throw is a little bit more accurate. It was a little high. He might have scored. They had 2 blockers in front, 1 man to beat.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. If that would have hit him right there where the 4 is on the jersey, he might have been standing in pay dirt. Clock stop with 11:01, 22-7 the score. The Falcons on top here. Working left to right, ball spotted middle of the field at the 24. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Neely in the backfield behind Graham. Fakes the handoff, throws it to the middle of the field, and that was a great defensive play by the wide receiver of Grimes there because that one almost was picked off.
What number you got?
I thought it was 8. Was it 6? It could have been Kennedy. I thought it was 8.
Okay.
But it could have been 6.
Yeah, it looks like it might be 6. So that's Evan Kennedy.
Yep. But a great defensive play there from Kennedy is he snuck his hand out there and knocked that one away because if he wouldn't have got his hand up, that was going to the Vikings.
22-7, our score, under 11 minutes to play first half.
Put trips left, 2 right. 5 receivers set, empty backfield here on this 3rd down and 10. Graham, pressure in his face, dumps it off into the flat to the running back who's on his feet. He's working towards the goal line is Kennedy, and Kennedy's in there for the 3rd time today.
They had a screenplay. There's a late flag coming in. Central Cabarrus had 1 man in position to make the play. If he makes the play, it's Justin Good. Justin could not make the tackle. He slipped out of his hands, and then it was basically a race to the end zone.
3rd touchdown of the day for Evan Kennedy. 2 on the ground, 1 receiving. The receiving one from 24 out. He's got a rushing one from 4 yards out, and he's got a rushing one from 63 yards out. And he's seen paid 3 times today. Was it excessive celebration? Or a sideline? Well, sideline warning's not, that ain't it.
He gave a tug to the shoulder pad, too. I don't know what – I thought that was a substitution, but – well,
the offense is trotting back out there.
That score,
now they're attempting an extra point. This is
this is an extra point. So
they're probably gonna assess the penalty on the kickoff. I think. Well, they're still talking about it.
Yeah, the officials are still talking about it here. Now the white hat walking away. So it looks like you said, Mark, they're going to assess it on the kickoff. Now they're saying ready for play, and the extra point is set here for the Falcons. There's the snap. It's high, brought down, though, and able to get it down on the ground. The kick is up, and it is good. The score, 29-7.
So West Rowan with a big lead here early in the 2nd quarter. They have scored on every single drive.
Yeah, and it's surprising to me that they're pulling away this far. And we have an update here, Mark, from our crew over at the Northwest Concord game. 7:45 left 2nd quarter. Northwest leads Concord 7-0.
Of course, on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, Cannon Pharmacy, home of free delivery. I went up to the TrueCare, which is part of the Canon Network. Got signed up for Medicare this week, so I'm officially an old man.
No, I wouldn't know that. I would have never said you were ready for Medicare.
What's that, excessive celebration?
That's what I'm thinking it is.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could see.
Excessive celebration.
So excessive celebration there for the Falcons. Moves the ball back to the 25. So should be good field position here for the Vikings on this drive with 10:45 left here, trailing 29-7. Chinwall and James back to receive. Chinwall left, James right. Kicking off from right to left are the Falcons from their own 25.
A high
Kicking
kick.
in the direction of James. James fields it on top of the numbers at the 30. He works outside and gets hit at the 40 and brought down at the 41. And good field position, though, for the Vikings as DeMonte James gets an 11-yard return.
Well, so far we've had in this game a 60-yard drive for a touchdown, a 48-yard drive, a 65-yard drive, a 65-yard drive for actually 55-yard drive on that last one for West Rowan. The Central Cabarrus drive was 80 yards, but they went 50 yards on the run by DeVonte James.
10:37 left here in the first half on Senior Day. It's Central Cabarrus working left to right, ball spotted on the right hash, and a timeout called by head coach Zach Bevilacqua.
Coach Bevilacqua was not happy about something here, and I think he's wanting to get an explanation.
And I think I agree.
They moved the football a yard.
They moved it back. It should have been at the 41.
And I think that's why the timeout was called by Central Cabarrus, because they didn't get the right line.
The ball should be spotted at the 41, and the white hat telling
Coach Bevilacqua to get back. Well, you shouldn't have to call a timeout for you to get the spot right.
I agree. And
they're working short. There's 4 officials here. I don't. How many do we normally have? 6, 5,
5 or 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So 6. Okay. So nobody up top today. We're missing the back judge.
I think they got a typo
And
here
it's,
on the
it's kind of tough on the. It's kind of tough when you don't have a back judge, when you don't have a play clock either. So is the umpire calling it?
The officials now talking at the 40, trying to figure out where the spot is.
Problem is, the white hat is usually behind the quarterback, so he can't see him.
And like you said there, the ball was spotted at the 39 originally, then moved up to the 40, but we thought it should be spotted at the 41. Still trying to figure out why it's not spotted at the 41. Now the white hat walking near the sideline over here to see Coach B to talk to him a little bit during this timeout. See if he gets the explanation he's looking for here. Well,
he's got nearly the whole crew over there. There's 3 of the 4 guys talking to him.
Mark Plemmons, James Melick for you guys here. 485 crew on the NFHS Network, bringing you the Central Cabarrus and West Rowan Friday Night Lights football game. 29-7 to score with 10:37, and Coach B trying to get an explanation. He looks frustrated still, maybe not getting the answer he wants, Mark.
Yeah, and that is compounding by the score 29-7 in favor of West Rowan. Now they're talking across the way to Coach Kraft as well. One official over there. Coach Kraft doesn't look too happy either, so I don't know. Nobody seems to be happy at the moment.
No, none of these coaches.
The
seem
players are
happy.
kind of milling around.
Yeah, and this is tough for the players as well because they're out there on the field. They're ready to go play. They've been standing here for 3 or 4 minutes in this cool weather.
And I'm not really sure what they're arguing about.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're pointing over that way and pointing back this way, and now he's pointing back the other way. Now he's pointing to the 40-yard line.
And I think they're just going to leave it at the 40, and I don't think they're going to get that extra yard that they deserve. But they at least are not at the 39 where it was originally, Mark.
Yeah. They moved it about 3/4 of a yard. The length of the football, the ball is just touching the 40, and before they had it at the 39. So I guess it is a full yard.
And that's where
they blow the
stay.
whistle, and we're ready to go.
So that's where they're going to keep it right at the 40. So a first down and 10 for the Vikings. After that return from James gets it to the 40. They put trips left. A little trick here is they put Rogers under center. He tucks it off and hands it off left to DeMonte James, who gets hit hard.
James gets 3 and then gets slammed.
And they put Rogers under center there and had a wing back each direction facing backwards looking at him. So that was a little trick play.
Just trying to spring a little and give him almost 4 yards. The ball's marked out to about the 40. I think they gave him about a half yard more trying to make up for the yard they cheated him on last time.
I agree. Moves the ball up to the 44, makes it a 2nd down and 6 here. They'll put 2 receivers left. James to the left of his quarterback, Rogers, and Clay, the wing back right. Now he shifts James into the wide receiver spot, far right. Rogers gets it, runs up the middle, keeps his legs turning, gets near midfield, right near the marker, and I think he's got enough for the first down, Mark.
Yeah, he does. It wouldn't have been enough, though, if they had started at the 41.
It would not have. Or the 39.
At the 39 or the 41.
Yeah, it's true. And they're not going to say it's. Did they move the chains or what here?
They moved it halfway. Now the official on the sideline saying move it.
Okay, I was looking. I saw the chains all messed up there, and I was like, hold on, I don't think we moved the chains here. Now the chains are moved. A 1st and 10 here with the ball at midfield. They put 2 receivers wide side, 1 short, Clay. Running back in the backfield is James. James gets it, works left, now comes back right, runs into his own man, stays on his feet through the middle of the seam, and he gets a nice little chunky yards across the 45.
I tell you what, you got to like the way Devontae James works hard. He keeps looking. He keeps looking for a block, and he gets right off the back sides of those blocks when they're made and found a way to get up the field.
An exciting run there from Devontae James to get the ball up to the Falcons' 42. Brings up a 2nd and 2 here. As it looked like he was going to be hit for a no gain there. He's able to find a way to get 8.
He got hit just as he got the handoff. A little bit of confusion now. It's McCorkle and Chinua. Well, now they'll set it wide outs on each side.
They got Clay as a wingback right. James lined up in front of his quarterback. Rogers throws. Clay catches it, gets hit right as he catches it at the 40, and they're going to say they're going to move the chains. That is at the 40.
Clay with a good, strong catch. He juggled it for a minute, but was able to grab it. There were 2 guys there trying to knock it away.
That was a good play, and the far side official had it spotted at the 41. The one on this side, near side where the ball was caught, was right at the 40. That moves the chains, and the Vikings now.
Important drive for Central Cabarrus. You get a score here, you're back within 2 scores.
And don't forget, you get the ball to start the second half as well. 2 receivers left, wing back of Clay to the right. Rogers keeps it, works right. And he'll pick up about 2. They'll give him 2, get him up to the 38.
I don't know if that was a called quarterback run or if he just made the right read. They were coming with a defensive back out on a blitz, and he ran straight to Devontae James. But when Rogers pulled it, he was able to get positive yards. Not a big game, but enough.
And timeout on the field there
West
for
Rowan,
West Rowan.
West wants to just settle their defense in and figure out, this is going to be challenging. Hey, you've got this game in hand, but you won't have it in hand if you let them go down and score.
Agreed. And right now, the Vikings threatening. And we got another update on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard from our crew over there at the Northwest Cabarrus and Concord game. Northwest puts another one on the board. The score, 14-0. Northwest on top of Concord. No time in that one, but it is in the second quarter probably. See if we can get any more updates
Yeah, I'm
during this
just looking to see
timeout.
if I had any. I think I'll switch accounts here.
See if I can get anything brought up. Providence, Porter Ridge 21, Rocky River 7. Rubens Gap 9 and Providence Day 6. Cumberton 7, Porter Ridge 6, Charlotte Catholic 17, Butler nothing. Couple of games on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard there, Mark, with 7:53 left here. First half, the score 29-7. The Vikings facing a 2nd down and 8 here. Rogers throws, and that one batted down at the line of scrimmage.
The defensive line is doing a good job for West Rowan, making it difficult to find a throwing lane.
That's the second time, like you said, that Kevin Toomers jumped up there and blocked that one down, the senior. Clock stop was 7:56 here.
Got 2 downs to make this. You don't have to get the full 8. If you get 4 or 5, then you're in pretty good shape to try to make the First down on 4th down.
They put Trips left, Chinwall in the slot, Clay near man. McCorkle far. Rogers being chased. He's going to try to make something happen. Still running. Gets hit up high. Ball flies towards the sideline.
I'm really not sure why they didn't throw a flag when he hit him in the head. That was definitely a hand to the side of the helmet. But it's a holding penalty, and it was – he knew that he was going to hold, and you could see immediately he acted like, oh, no, I'm going to hold, and he dropped his hand, and the white hat threw the flag. But I don't know why – hand on the side of the helmet like that to the quarterback is not flagged too.
I agree.
Because Rogers got hit in the side of the head.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, you can throw your hat. The hat's the second. It's the second flag.
One you're getting there would be Cam Martin, but he showed a good show of sportsmanship helping him up after he did it, but still no flag drawn. The only flag was against the Vikings. Going to back him up.
If that were the NFL, they'd probably throw him in prison. They're a little more punitive in the NFL when they hit a quarterback than they are in high school.
That is very true. Well, that's the face of the franchise.
No, it'd been Tom Brady they'd thrown him in prison.
If it was Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, somebody like that, they would be. 3 wide receivers set here after the penalty on that 3rd down. They got 2 to the right, short side, 1
There's
left.
Another hole, but they let him go that time.
Throws in the middle of the field. He stabs it out of the hands, and what a play there as that one was snatched away. And I can't see who that is. That's number 18.
That's Bryson Pate.
What a play from Bryson Pate as he just wanted it more.
The exact same play happened in the defense or the offensive line. They didn't flag it this time. And I don't think I would have flagged the first one either.
I agree. They want the clock
They want
running.
to wind the clock.
Yeah. I only couldn't tell if I was a 16 or an 18 there, but it was Pate with the catch, lined up as a tight end. They'll put 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The man on an island at the bottom is Chinwall. They fake the handoff. Rogers rolls left, and he gets a shot as Toomer grabs him from behind, and he took a shot on
Mara
the front
just had
side
his
as well.
helmet taken away by the defensive back or one of the players. Now he's going to have to come off. Get a little chippy out there right now.
Yeah, it's starting to get chippy, as you said. And timeout on the – is that a timeout on the field there? Clock is stopped. And the officials are talking. So a timeout on the field.
I'm not sure what they're talking about there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Now
The
Chinwall.
penalty against West Rowan.
Face mask, personal foul against West Rowan. I didn't see a flag on the field. Did you see one?
It may be when Mara had his helmet ripped off over here on the sideline because he didn't have his helmet. The other player had it.
I see the flag now back up there at 12-yard line.
Okay, so Mara could stay in the game if he chose to because the penalty caused the helmet to come off.
Yeah, I didn't see the flag. It was just on the other side of the players' helmets. You can barely see it laying there just inside. It's just outside the numbers and just short of the far hash marks on the outside of the field.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I saw Mara trying to get his helmet back from the West Rowan player.
So back in is Morrow. Rogers set to throw, looks towards Chinwall. Chinwall can't make the play. And no flags on the field, and solid coverage there by Kendrick.
Had a hand on Chinwall. We saw a similar play on the 2-point conversion that went out of the end zone that was called pass interference. I guess only one hand on him this time instead of 2.
One hand's fine, 2's not.
In theory, it's not.
In theory, it's not. 6:46 left here, first half.
We're short on referees, so the announcers are reffing today.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Chinwall on the right hash. They fake the handoff. Lucas Rogers keeps it himself, rolls it, gets grabbed from behind, but dives and falls forward right at the 10. A shoestring tackle there. I didn't see who made it.
It's number 20. Number 20.
Be Cameron Moulton.
Cameron Moulton. Yeah, Camden Moulton. Moulton ran all the way across the field, full speed, and then dove and just got a heel.
He just got enough. If not, Rogers is standing in pay dirt right there. So a 3rd down and 7. They can get.
That was a heck of a defensive play.
They can get a first down at the 4. There's a snap. They give it to Chinwall. Run a quick little reverse. They're set to throw it to Rogers, who's wide open for the touchdown, and what a play.
Wow.
They gave the handoff to Chinwall, who tossed it backwards. And I didn't see who he tossed it to. I didn't catch the jersey number there before he went upfield. But Rogers, the quarterback, strung out into the flat, right into the end zone. And he makes the catch for the touchdown. And a great call there from head coach Zach Bevilacqua to put his team back on the board with 6:01 and make this lead a little bit shorter for the Falcons. I think it was James who made that throw. But a good play from Lucas Rogers to make the catch because,
we got about 12 yards?
Yeah, about 12.
We'll call it 12.
They're gonna shift into the field goal there as they lined up to the left and shift now into the field goal as we await the kick here from Cossack. There's the snap, the place, the kick. It's up, and it is good. Is the score here 14-29 with 6:01 left first half, and the Vikings bite back into it.
Big answer. And that the quarterback catching the ball, we talked to Rogers' mother before the game, and he came up to varsity, was going to play wide receiver and or quarterback. He was kind of a second in line, third in line to quarterback, but he was willing to get on the field as a wide receiver. He's been forced into action because of the starting quarterback, Dylan Ryan, who's been out with injury, and now we saw him as a quarterback wide receiver.
Yeah, we did. He's done both right there. And like you said, Dylan Ryan out with the injury. We were here for that game when he got about got his head taken off.
Oh, he got clobbered against was it Piedmont?
Piedmont. He was on the far side of the field at about the 30, and his head about got taken off, and we had a pretty long delay there. Getting him off the field, but, still injured, but he's okay from what we've heard, which is a good thing. Just missed a lot of the year so far as we're kicking this one off from left to right, a short kick that'll be fielded at the 25 by one of the Falcons. He'll go down the right side on the numbers. Now work towards the far sideline and get hit from behind and brought down. And it looks like it's I see there's a 3 in it. I can tell you that much. 13?
13, yeah. 13 with the return.
It's going to be Brandon Stevenson with it. Those jerseys are tough to see on the far side of the field. They're wearing
those white Carolina blue on white.
Yep, white jerseys, Carolina blue number with gray bottoms and a Carolina blue top, while Central Cabarrus wearing all green with gold numbers, green helmets. So a little bit easier to see the Central Cabarrus jerseys tonight. After the kick return, they get the ball at their own 41. They hand it off to Neely, who works left, and he swarmed up in the backfield at the 40 for a loss of 1.
Evan Amara is really fired up out there. He's been very active today.
Actually, it's a loss of 2. They were going to say the ball was spotted at the 42 and moves him back there. So now it's going to bring up a second down and 12 here with the clock at 5.5 left here first half.
You get a stop here, you got a chance to go in for a score and then get the ball back a second time, the old 2-for-1.
And that flips the game on its head as Neely gets it, works left across the numbers. Now on the left sideline, has a man to beat, and he does not as he gets shoved out of bounds, but across midfield all the way up at the Central 40-yard line.
Yeah. Of course, the old saying, ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas every day.
It would be. And speaking of Christmas, if you're looking for some decorations for Christmas, don't forget the Southern Christmas Show coming up here very soon in November at the Park Expo Center. A good chance to get some Christmas decor for your house. As they hand this one off to Neely again, who comes left side. He's got a host of Vikings around him as he fights all the way up to the 25. Another big run from Neely.
I got a smoked turkey one time at the Southern Christmas Show. Boy, it was good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Turkey is, it make you sleepy, but it's good. Gives it back to Neely again. Neely thought about going right, now goes left, and he's brought down in the backfield for a loss of 3, and a flag flies in from the back judge up at the 27.
Ishmara with the tackle for Central Cabarrus for loss.
Clock stopped with 4:43 here first half. It's going to be a hold against the Falcons. And it's going to back them up. And, man, that penalty hurts them there as they were driving. That's going to back them up and make it a little bit longer for them.
First and 20.
Puts the ball back at the 35-yard line, needing the 15 for a first down, as you heard Mark say. First and 20. They line up 2 receivers to the right. Ball spotted middle of the field at the 35. 1 receiver left. Running back and Neely in the backfield behind Graham. Fakes the handoff. Graham steps up, looks near side. Got a man open. He makes the catch, but drops it and can't hold on to it as that was in and out of the hands of Tucker.
Quan Carpenter. Quan Carpenter knocks the ball away. Number 11.
And a nice play from Carpenter, as you said, because Carpenter was beat.
Oh, yeah, he ripped it away. You and I were watching pregame warm-ups with Graham throwing that exact pass play.
Yes, we were.
And you commented, boy, what a nice throw he's making.
And he is making some nice throws here in the game as well. That ball is flying through this cool air here as they give this one off to Neely on 2nd down and 20, and he fights forward up to the 32. Pick up a 3 from Neely.
Jordan Haney on the bottom of that pile, grabbing him by the ankle.
And you're in 4-down territory here. You don't need it all on this 3rd down and 17.
Still a big play. You keep them behind the chains if you're Central Cabarrus. It's a lot harder to get.
Graham
it changes your playbook, too.
Rolls right, got a man of Kennedy, and he overthrows him. Kennedy trying to get his 4th touchdown of the game, and he can't catch that one as Graham misses.
Yeah, he was open. The ball was just a little overthrown.
I would have gave him 2 receiving and 2 running on the game. That one there just out of the reach from his junior quarterback of Graham.
Now you got to keep the play in front of you.
4 receivers set here. Neely in the backfield. You hear the home side crowd revving it up, trying to make some noise for the Vikings. And Graham looks towards the sideline and steps back in as the clock stopped with 4 minutes. Shifts Neely from left to right here. There's a snap to Graham. Graham steps back, looks, far side of the field. Got a man over there. And no flags on the field as they were both fighting for the ball, and it falls incomplete, and the defense forces a turnover.
Well, it's a big play for the Central Cabarrus defense.
A huge play there, and that looks like that's number, what is that, a 6 or an 8?
I think that's Ishmara again, number 8.
Yes, that is 8. That's Ishmaro.
So he's having a pretty good football game. He's made some plays.
Morrow on coverage there against Kennedy on the far side of the field, able to stand up and make a stop, and the Vikings force a turnover and get the ball at their own 32 with 3:53 and 2 timeouts. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes the handoff to James. Rogers sets his feet, looks near side, got Chinwah, and Chinwah gets turned around trying to locate it and can't make the catch.
Yeah, the double move, but not able to make the throw where he needed. You know, we talked about that earlier, maybe the pump fake to get those guys in the air and get you clearance. But the double move did not open him up that much. He was behind the defender, but not far.
The defender would have definitely caught him and made the tackle or had a chance at the ball if either one could have located it. Just couldn't locate it there.
Kendrick Cornelius was the defensive back on the play.
Put 2 receivers left, 1 to the right again. James to the left. Pressure right up the middle. Rogers rolls to the left, gets rid of it, goes towards Chinwah, is picked off. Taking it back to the house is going to be Cornelius. And a touchdown from Cornelius, but a flag back at the 21, and Rogers on the ground frustrated.
Block in the back, I believe.
And
there was a block in the back. I didn't initially see the flag, but he'll bring the touchdown back. Quarterback just got thumped.
He got drilled.
Bringing the heat, Talon Blackwell. Blackwell came just like he was shot out of a cannon from his linebacker position. And there was another man back there putting on pressure. And you could see the ball coming out, and Cornelius read it all the way and just jumped the route.
Like you said, he jumped the route, and when you're the wide receiver at Chinwah, when you see your quarterback in trouble, you need to work back towards the ball. He kind of just got stationary. Cornelius saw it. He jumped the route, like you said, picked that one off, took it back to the house, but the penalty is going to take the touchdown away.
Yeah, wipes it off the board.
But still, the Falcons get a huge turnover here with 3:35 left, and the penalty was at the 21. Blocking the back should move it back to the 35, and that's where they had the ball at when they turned it over, Mark.
Yeah, well, it'll go back to the 30. To the 30, a 10-yard mark.
Yep. So they got the ball 3 yards better than where they turned it over at in just one play, and now the offense trots back out there, 3:35, leading 29 to 14. Trying to get the score set back up on the board after.
A lot of folks are working shorthanded tonight, so they're trying to get the scoreboard. Now we got it back.
Now we got it back. 3:35, 14-29 the score. They'll put two receivers to the right, one to the left on a first down play here. They give to Neely in the backfield, who's hit and brought down the second he got it.
That's Clay. Clapp. Tristan Clapp.
The senior, he made a couple of plays last week as well, Mark, that really turned that game upside down. And right there,
I wonder if Clapp made that defensive play on the long coverage earlier when we thought it was 8. It may have been 0.
Graham has to throw here with trips to the right. Pressure starting to get to him, and he's going to be grabbed, but he gets out of it. Now he's brought down and throws a duck that falls down to the ground at the 35.
Mara lost his helmet again. Infinite Mara needs to get a little tighter chin strap because his helmet comes off nearly every play.
Is it me, or did it seem like it got darker on that end of the field?
I can't tell. The other night, a couple lights went out, but I can't tell.
I thought it got a little darker, but I'm not.
It is a little darker over there.
Okay, I thought it got a little darker right there just for a second. I looked. I was like, hold on. Did it just get darker over there? Has no line up here on 3rd down and 12 with the ball at the Central 33 now.
Graham somehow got that ball away for an incomplete pass.
I'm not sure how he did it. They'll put trips to the right, one to the left. Graham steps back, looks near side. He's going to make the catch. Is going to be Tucker. Tucker makes a man miss, fighting for the 10, and he's going to get right at the 10. And that's going to move the chains.
Yeah, Tucker was open and then made the first man miss, got about 5 more after he made the reception.
Ball be spotted at the 12, and like you said, good move there from Tucker.
Jalen Neely back in the backfield, and he's been tough down on the goal line too.
They put trips right. They move it now into the wing back, and flags fly.
And whistles and
a whole bunch of noise out there, and a false start on the offense. Yeah, they lined up, stacked wide receivers in the slot right, moved the receiver that was behind them there of Kirk to the wing back spot right, and at that moment everybody moved and flags fly.
So 5-yard mark off, still in the Pizza Hut red zone, pizzahut.com. You can call for pizza, wings, pasta, soft drinks.
Their pasta it's underrated. Their pasta is very underrated. Not a whole lot of people get that, but if you get their Alfredo, let me tell you something. That is baked goodness right there, folks. My favorite thing's the breadsticks. I don't know about you, but I love the breadsticks.
I get the breadsticks, and then leftover, I'll put cheese on top of them and put them in the toaster oven.
Oh, I love that sounds so amazing. Remember, if you don't get pizza tonight, which we hope you do, you still got all day tomorrow because there's plenty of college football. There's a big one tomorrow, Texas and Georgia. That's going to be a big game right there, folks. 2:22 left here. The score, 29-14. West Rowan on top of the Central Cabarrus Vikings, facing a 1st and 15 with the ball at the Central 17. Left hash is where the ball is marked at on the field, working left to right. We're going to have trips right, one left. Neely lined up to the left of his quarterback, Graham, and the officials still getting sorted out here near the 30, talking to...
They've had a lot of sorting to do today.
They've done a little bit of sorting out, for sure.
Isn't that a Harry Potter term? Don't they have a sorting hat or something?
A sorting head, yep. They got that. They got the other one is, what is it, Quidditch, I think? That's the game they play?
Yeah, you play Quidditch, yeah.
Quidditch.
It's a little smaller than the football.
Yep, just a little bit.
The brooms fly.
They book, too. They keep that same formation. Trips right, one left. Neely to the left of the quarterback, Graham. Ball marked on the left hash, working right to left. They give it to the running back and pulls it out of his belly as a quarterback of Graham, and he fights inside the 15 down at the 14.
He got part of the penalty yardage back. Going to go under 2 minutes by the next play. Halftime, Mooresville 28, West Cabarrus nothing. A week after beating the Wonders on the last-second field goal, they get the juggernaut that is the Mooresville Blue Devils.
Graham grabbed up in the backfield and slung down by Mara.
Morrow with a big sack. Morrow's helmet stayed on, too.
Yes, it did.
That's a plus.
And that was a huge sack by Infinite Morrow to back them all the way up to the 25, and they face a third down in about 23 here.
Neely just checked out of the lineup, so they're empty in the backfield.
They'll put trips left to right. Graham stands in the gun about 5 yards behind the line, back at the 30.
You can't let Graham sit back there and pick you apart. Somebody's got to find a way to get back there and make him make a quick decision.
And they're taking their time as the clock's running after the sack. Central's not called a timeout. They're going to milk this as much as they can here on this third down play. They keep it trips left to right. Graham gets it, sets his feet, throws left, and that's over the head of the intended target. He was trying to get that one to Feaster.
Good job on getting some penetration. Will Schultz. Schultz, we've called his name a couple of times, once on a tackle, once on a hurry. That time as he pressured the quarterback, and they're
trotting out the field goal.
Yeah, this would be a 42-yard field goal, just about straight away.
There comes the field goal kicker trotting out there for the Falcons. I can't get a jersey number.
Yeah,
is that going to be Carter Durant, the kicker? Number 25? Yes, it is.
Yeah, Carter Durant. Quarterback is the holder.
So watch out for a trick play here. This is
42 yards is, I would say he's probably got leg enough to get it there.
There's the snap, the place, the kick. It's up. He's got the leg, and it is good from 42. And he bows after he buries it, and a handshake from Infinite Morrow afterwards. So a good show of sportsmanship from Infinite Morrow there after that one was buried from 42. Makes the score 32-14 with 56 seconds left here in the first half. And Central Cabarrus still has got 2 timeouts here, and we talk about it all the time, Mark. One of the bright points for Central Cabarrus this year has been their special teams. If they get a good return here and you have 2 timeouts with 56 seconds, you can't say that you can't go put 3 on the board. You'd love to get 7 if you get the chance.
Well, you got to keep trying. You see what happens when Georgia Tech and North Carolina played in a 68-yard run when they were trying to run the clock out to go to overtime. And our man, the man who was out of position was Power Eccles from
Chambers.
Yeah.
Number 23, Power
Eccles. 12 tackles on the day. The one he didn't make was the game winner for Georgia Tech.
The dagger. Kicking this one off from right to left. James left, Chinwall right. They're going to squib kick this one. It'll be dropped on at the 35 by a Viking. That's number 20. Is that 9 or 6?
28, I believe.
28?
Was it 28? Well, let's see. I don't know.
We got a 28. That'd be Connor Wilkerson.
Okay, so Wilkerson.
Yeah, it is 28. I couldn't tell if it was an 8 or a 6. I might have to go get my eyes checked. Whew.
I got those. There's not much. Anytime there's a circle in one of those numbers for Central Cabarrus, there's not much green in the middle. It's all the outer edges.
It is tough to see as they get that ball at the 35. So decent field position here with 55 seconds left and 2 timeouts. They put a receiver each way. Clay is a wingback right. They hand this one off to James. James finds his seam, and he fights up to the 45. And that'll stop the clock because they got the first down. So the clock stopped with 48. Now Coach Bevelak, we're calling timeout here.
They're good. Yeah,
they're not gonna, they gave it to him now. Now he gets the timeout. That's his second. They should have 1 left with 47.9 seconds left here. And while we have a second.
Still got out there where you might be able to make a play. That's not a bad call. You run, take 10 yards quick, and if that play doesn't go for much, then you may rethink what your chances are to do this. But
a couple of updates on our Cannon Pharmacy.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, jump
there,
on
Mark.
there.
One of our games we talked about as being a big game and a good game. Weddington and Sun Valley. Weddington 21, Sun Valley 14, halftime. So a good battle there. Between those two, one of the matches we looked at and thought, hey, this one could be big. Like you said, Cox Mill, Lake Norman, that one's 22-7. Providence, Rocky River, 21-7. Providence leads Rocky River. Richmond Senior leads Lee, 21-0. And the Creek of Mallard Creek and Huff, 19-0. Huff leads that one. That one's a shock to most people, as we brought up at the top of the broadcast. That one, the game of the week in the state. Mallard Creek, the number 1 team in 4A, number 2 in the state of North Carolina. Huff, number 4 in the 4A and number 5 in the state. Mallard Creek ranked number 100 in the nation, trailing at Huff.
Don't forget, coming up at the MidMinet.com halftime report, we'll have more scores. We'll recap this one.
Rogers set to throw this one deep, looks towards Chinua, and it's going to be picked off at the 30. Heading to the far side of the field. Taking off and running is going to be Watson. Watts is going to be grabbed at the numbers right near the 50, but just short at the 47.
He kind of threw a duck up there and trying to hit the home run, and put too much air and didn't get it out far enough, out wide.
He got it at the 30, got it up to the 47. He got 17 yards, but he ran about 60 yards to get it because he came from the numbers on the near side to the numbers on the far side.
Rogers came to the sideline, and he's just shaking his head, and because he didn't throw that well.
30 seconds left. Ball spotted at their own 47. They line up 2 receivers each direction here. Graham gets the snap, steps back, looks, far side, got a man in the slot, and he throws an interception at the 25. Far side of the field working near side and grabbed and brought down at the 40 is going to be one of the Vikings there, is going to be Joyce Johnson.
Yeah, Jace Johnson did a great job. The pressure was coming. The quarterback, Graham, got hit just as he threw the ball and may have had to rush the throw a little bit.
The senior on senior day making a big play.
Let's see if Rogers can air one out again.
So back-to-back plays.
That last pass may have slipped out of Rogers' hands. Let's see if gets a little better, a little tighter grip and a little tighter spiral.
Back-to-back interceptions. One for Graham, one for Rogers. Rogers now got the ball at his own 40 with 18 seconds left here. He's got 2 receivers left, wing back, a Clay to the right. There's a snap. They give it to James. James swallowed up in the backfield, and he's going to lose 2 there and be backed up to the 38. And the clock stopped with 15 seconds. They want the clock to continue running. I thought maybe there was a timeout here.
the White Hats just winding his arm.
There's the clock. It's running.
I got to do 3 things here.
Yeah,
5 seconds left, and they're going to head into the locker room.
The White Hat is being kind of obnoxious out there, pointing at his eyes and signaling up to the booth.
Yeah.
The PA announcer is doing both the clock and the PA. So
he's working his tail off up here.
Yeah.
He needs a little bit of grace way. I mean, people don't probably know that from down there on the field, but I think he's doing a great job up here trying to work the PA, get numbers, make sure the clock's doing everything it needs to do, put the score on the scoreboard. He's doing a great job for being a one-man band up here, if you ask me. I don't know if that official just wants to get out of here.
I don't know. He just seems like he wants to be a jackwad.
He's fine. I'm not doing a great job. I got some.
Well, you can, Coach, you can only do so much. You can only do so much. He doesn't have to be a jerk about it. There should be a little zebra up there running it. Yeah.
I say, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let's take a commercial break here before I say something else that I regret. The White Hat's being a jerk.
Yeah, what?
And, hey, you know, if they had an official up here like they're supposed to run the clock, it wouldn't be an issue.
I understand. Yeah, let's step aside real quick.
Hey, let's go huzzah here. You want to do that?
Let's do it.
Huzzah. Let's see if this works.
We're going to take a quick break here at Central Cabarrus. With the score
Once upon a time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Huzzah! Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates while supplies last. So jolly good.
You'll love the Renaissance Festival.
There's music, comedy, circus entertainments, a giant crafts market, jousting nights, the living mermaids, and a feast all rolled into a non-stop outdoor family adventure. Presented by Pepsi. Sponsored by Hedis Tita. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates while supplies last. Renaissance Festival, here I come.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts.
It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, a countdown of Yuletide cheer brimming with festive decor and seasonal magic. Buy tickets early and save at southernChristmasShow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show. Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts.
It's the shopping event.
Once upon a time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Huzzah! Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates while supplies last. Too jolly good.
You'll love the Renaissance Festival.
There's music, comedy, circus entertainments, a giant crafts market, jousting nights, the living mermaids, and a feast all rolled into a non-stop outdoor family adventure. Presented by Pepsi. Sponsored by Hedis Tita. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates while supplies last. Renaissance Festival, here I come.
Welcome back here to Central Cabarrus High School for the Ben Minot Shop, Click, and Drive halftime show with the scores 32-14. The West Rowan Falcons on top of the Central Cabarrus Vikings here, and we're here at Central Cabarrus handing out state championship trophies and rings to the winners from Central Cabarrus who have won some state championships, and it's always an honor to win a state championship.
Oh, absolutely. Well, an interesting first half here.
Interesting for sure.
We both teams had opening drives to score. Went 7-6. Central Cabarrus actually took the lead early on, but the next two drives for West Rowan turned into touchdowns. Central Cabarrus did not answer, and then we get into the second quarter and another touchdown for West Rowan before Central Cabarrus came back and had a nice 12-yard touchdown pass. Central Cabarrus gave up a little bit of a drive, but got a stop, got the ball back, but only to throw what looked like it'd be a pick six. It was brought back and wound up being a field goal, but could have been a little bit closer than it was here because Central Cabarrus looked like they had a chance to go down and possibly make another late score in the half.
Yeah, I agree. You know, they got lucky that they were able to make that stop. They got that penalty with that block and that back. And then they were able to hold them to a field goal. They were able to keep 4 points off the board there, but still, all in all, the pressure that got to Rogers, he threw that pick, and that one hurt. He threw it deep in his own territory, and they got the ball at the 30. So that one came back and bit him in the butt a little bit as we see Infinite Morrow receiving a state championship.
Yeah, that's
ring.
basketball players.
Basketball?
Yeah.
It's just Chinwall's out there as well. We heard him say Chinwall. It's all of them looking at their state championship rings there. Kudos on the state championship to the Central Cabarrus Vikings.
And a wrestler that also one got a swimmer, a wrestler, and a basketball team.
That's a lot of rings handed out here tonight.
Not sure we may have missed another athlete that got a state championship ring as well.
For sure. And these young, be getting some hardware to wear.
Oh, yeah. Nice to have that big hardware.
Yes, it is. As you are listening to the Ben Minot Shop, Click, and Drive halftime show, Mark Plemmons and myself here as we look over at the clock. There's about 8:45 left here and halftime. We'll see if we can find a few scores on our Cannon Pharmacy
I've got
scoreboard.
one here. At the end of the third quarter, it looks like South Rowan's on the board. Robinson 48, South Rowan 7.
Couple here for you. How about this one? This is all these numbers I'm getting on this one are referred through Max Preps. We have Northwest Cabarrus and Concord. Northwest leads 21-0 in that one.
And
that is halftime. And halftime for Carson and East Rowan, that score 28-14. Carson leads that one over East Rowan. Cox Mill, Lake Norman, 22-7, third quarter there. Lake Norman leads that one. South Iredell, A.L. Brown. How about this one here, Mark? Halftime, South Iredell 31, A.L. Brown 3.
Surprised at that. A.L. Brown, after letting West beat them on the last second play last week. Not playing well this week.
Not playing well at all,
Folks-
as you said.
Folks up in K-Town not going to be happy with that score.
No, they are not. The game of the week, Huff Mallard Creek. They're playing at Huff. It's in Cornelius. Scoring that one, third quarter. Huff leads 19-0 over Mallard Creek. Butler and Catholic at Butler. Catholic leads that one 17-7 over Butler. Lake Norman Charter and Union Academy. Union Academy leads halftime 13-7.
Got a score coming in from Michael John Stadium, Coach Larry Honeycutt Field. It's Mount Pleasant 17, Albemarle nothing. That's early in the second quarter. We'd imagine that's probably already gone to the half, but have not seen an update on the score yet.
Weddington Sun Valley at half. Weddington 21, Sun Valley 14. Another game we brought up as a big game in the state. West Cabarrus traveling down to Mooresville to face one of the top teams in the state, trailing 28-0 at half in that one. Forest Hill on top of Piedmont, 42-0, third quarter there. It's all West Charlotte against Harding right now, Mark. Halftime, 52-0, West Charlotte.
The University
of Harding. Providence Day and Reuben Gap from Georgia scored that one 12-6. Reuben Gap leads that one. A couple of schools that are right there at the state line. South Carolina, well, this one's old. I can pretty much would say it would be. It says it's the first quarter in this one, but the last update we got is a couple of schools right there at the state line between North Carolina and South Carolina. Nations Ford and Catawba Ridge, 3-0. Catawba Ridge leads Nations Ford. Nations Ford, the school where the quarterback from, Not West Charlotte, from West Cabarrus transferred to a couple of years ago and played over there.
Oh, okay.
Carson Black, remember him?
I do.
Colin Black, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Remember him?
Okay. Got a couple more scores coming in. Lake Norman 22, Cox Mills 7. Lincolnton 14, East Burke nothing. Mountain Island 21-0 over Bishop. That may be Bishop McGinnis. I'm not sure. You gave the Rocky River score.
Yep.
Dudley 35-0 over Rockingham County.
Oh my.
Richmond 21, Lee nothing.
They are the 3A favorites to win the state championship, and right behind them is Robinson. They say Dudley looking good in football this year. Kings Mountain facing Stuart Kramer tonight. They're leading that one at halftime. Kings Mountain is 20-0. Maiden in Buckner Hill.
Bunker Hill.
Maiden leads that one second quarter. The little town of Maiden playing some football tonight. Burns and East Gaston.
In Bunker Hill where they make the chili,
Yes, it
like
is.
for hot dog chili, Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hills.
Bunker Hill beef stew, or is that Denny? That's Denny Moore, though, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. Let's see if we can find some stuff up in Greensboro. You interested in any of the Greensboro games tonight, Mark?
Sure.
See if we can find anything up there. I know there's a couple of them going on up that way. There are some big games they got up that way, like East Forsyth and R.J. Reynolds. Two schools, East Forsyth, one of the favorites to win the state championship at the 4A, in action against them tonight. It's all East Forsyth in that matchup, 46-7 over R.J. Reynolds in the third quarter. Mount Tabor and Glenn, two powerhouses. Glenn kind of been off the last few years from up that way, just not quite what they normally are. Trailing at that one, 33-6 halftime.
Ashbrook 10, South Point 7 over in Gaston County.
Gaston County. Parkland and Reagan. Got Parkland from Winston-Salem and Reagan from Pofftown. Third quarter, Reagan leads that one 10-0.
You ever been to Pofftown?
I've been up to, I actually looked at a house up in Pofftown.
Pofftown?
Yep, I looked at a house up there.
Carolina Tar Heels used to have a running back from Pofftown, Tyrone Anthony.
I don't remember him.
1,000-yard runner. It came right after. He was there. He was at Carolina about the same time as Ethan Horton.
Okay, I remember that one. Yep. West Stokes and McMichael. West Stokes leads that one 28-0. Trying to see where. There we go. That's the one right there I wanted to look at. I had it on my sheet as a game there, Mark. But
What's
I wanted
that?
to keep an eye on second quarter. Reedsville's got a winning streak that dates back all the way to last year, and they haven't lost yet this year. Perfect last year, perfect this year on a tight one. Second quarter with Walkertown, 14-14.
Walkertown up near Winston-Salem.
Yep. And I can tell you this much. Reedsville, not the quarterback, Kendrick Harrison, the number 1 tight end of the country, left Reedsville, went down to Providence Day, played a little bit with Coach Greer there. Now is transferred back to Reedsville, and he's back home where he was to start the season. He's back there and earning a tight one, and he can pay out today.
He's not the NIL guy, is he, that was challenging the NIL ruling?
Not that I know of, no.
There was another player that had been to one of the Charlotte schools and then I think came back.
I'd say he might have, but I didn't catch the NIL deal if he did. But he's the number 1 tight end in the country. Last weekend he was in Eugene, November 9th. He's heading to Penn State. He's got a date lined up at Tennessee, and then 2 weeks ago he was at the Carolina game at UNC. So a lot of visits for him. He's a 2-sport athlete, plays basketball and football, and he says he wants to play both at the next level. That's going to be tricky. Ledford and Oak Grove. That's the last one.
Julius Peppers did.
Julius Peppers did. You all right?
Roland Curry did.
Mm-hmm. Another one real quick here from up that area.
Dave Winfield did.
Yeah, he did. I forgot about Dave. Yeah. Who else was another one that did it just recently? There was a couple of guys that have done it recently, and they both made it.
Danny Ainge.
Yep, Danny did it.
Couldn't hit a curveball. Not a big league curveball. He played for the Blue Jays. He was actually on the Blue Jays.
Then
he went to the the NBA.
Speaking of a curveball, did you see the Yankees game last night where the pitcher threw a slider and that thing landed on the moon?
No, I didn't see it. Was that the one the Guardians hit in extra innings?
Yeah, that thing landed on the moon. I was watching the game, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. That thing landed out of the state. Ledford to Oak Grove, usually a big battle between those two. Ledford and, Wahlberg? I think Ledford's in Wahlberg, and then Oak Grove right there in the Lexington, Winston-Salem area. That score 24-7. That's all the updates I got for us there, Mark.
Yeah, that's all I've got as well. Both teams back out on the field getting warmed up. We'll be ready for the second half. This is the BenMonnet.com halftime report. Shop, click, and drive. BenMonnet.com. All you got to do is go to BenMonnet.com. You can pick and click your vehicle, arrange financing. You can even arrange delivery, and they'll bring it out to your house. That's BenMonnet.com. Or you can stop on the lot and, pick one out, go out and take a nice test drive. And again, BenMonnet.com.
When they come and drop that vehicle off at your house, they'll even take your old vehicle away for you, Mark. You don't even have to drive it to their lot. They'll take it with them. They'll take it with them. That's nice as well. So they'll bring you a vehicle, and they'll take your other one that you just traded in. If you traded in a vehicle, back with them.
Hey, let's listen in, figure out what's going on around the area. We'll start out first heading over to the Park Expo Center. How's that?
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts.
It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, a countdown of Yuletide cheer brimming with festive decor and seasonal magic. Buy tickets early and save at southernChristmasShow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
Once upon a time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Huzzah! Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates while supplies last. Oh, jolly good.
You'll love the Renaissance Festival.
There's music, comedy, circus entertainments, a giant crafts market, jousting nights, the Living Mermaids, and a feast all rolled into a non-stop outdoor family adventure. Presented by Pepsi. Sponsored by Hedis Tita. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates while supplies last. Renaissance Festival, here I come.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts.
It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, a countdown of Yuletide cheer brimming with festive decor and seasonal magic. Buy tickets early and save at southernChristmasShow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
Welcome back into Concord, North Carolina, where the score is 32-14. The West Rowan Falcons on top of the Central Cabarrus Vikings here as we are set to get the third quarter underway. The West Rowan Falcons to kick this off to the Vikings. They did win the toss, elected to receive. So Central receives second half kickoff trailing, and they'll be kicking off from right to left here. Mark Plemmons, James Melick with you guys from the 485 crew. You were listening to the Bid Mine Shop, Click, and Drive halftime show just moments ago. And now we're underway here for the third quarter, and they kick it towards James on the near side of the field at the 15. He works it near side towards the sideline, finds a seam down the right sideline. Nothing but green grass, and he has the kicker to beat. He beats him, but he gets caught from behind and shoved out of bounds at the 25, and a huge return from DeMonte James.
The ball was kicked inside the numbers, closer to the work. They have more field they have to cover it. He's able to pop the coverage, good blocking in front, and they take it down the field.
And all the way up. Now at the Falcons' 25-yard line, only took 11 seconds, and they're just 25 yards away from pay dirt here to start the third quarter.
Best field position for either team starting tonight.
It was the 33, now it's the 25. They'll put two receivers to the left, one to the right. Chinwall, the man at the bottom, working from left to right. They're located on the right hash. Rogers set to throw, goes towards Chinwall, and that one out of the reach. Clock stopped with 11:43 left.
See if Central Cabarrus get that running game going again with James. You don't want to completely abandon that. You got plenty of time.
32-14 here, second down and 10 with the ball left, one to the right. Rogers gets it, pressure coming off the left edge. He gets rid of it, goes towards Chinwall, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, you got to get your quarterback killed like that too, man. He had a heavy rush. He was able to run away from it enough to get the ball away and threw it into a tight window.
The senior defensive cornerback of Kendrick Cornelius, who made that pickoff that would have went back to the house without the block in the back. The one there on the defensive coverage of Chinwall. Ezebo Chinwall, recognized as a state champion just moments ago, honored on senior day to start the day.
Got McCorkle and Clay going over to the left. See if you might go that direction. We've been going right side, and it's been covered.
They're going to go left and hand it to James, who finds a seam on the delayed handoff. A little running back draw, fights it up to the 15 and right to the line to gain, and it looks like he might be a yard short.
Yeah, he's about a yard short, maybe less than a yard, but they're going to go for it.
And it looks like they're going to bring in the big boys now because you see Chinwall jogging out, and they're trotting in there number 6. That's going to be Kendall Bell trotting in there. Or is that an 8? Is that 8?
I think that's 8, but they got, it's 8, and I think they brought in Tristan Clapp as one of the fullbacks.
They do bring in 8 Morrow. Morrow goes right up the middle, and that's enough for the first down.
Well, you just like to see that good push up front and just plow your way for the first down.
They unstack the bodies after that one and moves the ball up to the 13-yard line, and a new set of downs for the Vikings inside the Pizza Hut red zone on their first drive here of the second half. Remember, not too late to go to pizzahut.com. Get yourself a pizza, cinnamon sticks, breadsticks, wings, pasta.
The little Cinnabon, pull-apart Cinnabons.
Had a Cinnabon on Saturday morning last week. Fiance made me one. Loved it. Rogers set to throw here on first down, middle of the field. A dangerous throw that was almost picked off, and that one off the hands there of Lucas Watts, the junior linebacker.
Had a man coming off the end that was just about like a runaway train. They were able to slow him down just enough as Cam Martin. But they got him just enough off balance that he didn't get to the quarterback before he got rid of it.
Clock stopped with 10:01 here. Oh, they're going to okay. I thought they were pushing numbers over there to reset it, but stopped at 10:01 after the incompletion there. They'll put 2 to the left, 1 to the right. They give it to James. James up the middle, runs into a defender, but bounces off, keeps the legs moving. He's pushing the pile. Moves it all the way up to the 7, and a huge run from James. He was hit right there at the 10.
You got those big guys up front still working, getting those legs driving and staying engaged with their block.
9:40 left here, third quarter. 3rd down and 3 for the Vikings. 4 down territory here. A touchdown is a must on this drive. Like you said, they're going to put, now this time they shift Clay to the wing back to the right. They got Chinwall in the slot, McCorkle far out left. Now they shift Clay from the wing back right into close receiver left. They give it off to James, who bounces right, makes a man miss, but falls forward at the 5.
He is just a yard short.
Rogers trotting back towards the sideline to get the call from his head coach. He comes out. They bring in Ishmaro again.
Yeah, got Mara
and Chinwall coming
and
out
Clapp
as well.
come in.
So they bring out Chinwall and Rogers, and they're probably going to line up in the Wildcat formation here.
Got those
And
2 fullbacks lined up right off the right tackle and the right guard.
Goes to Morrow. Morrow hands it off. Going to go to James. James is right there at the line.
Oh, let's see where they
absolutely
mark it. They
buried.
throw him back.
He got buried when he caught it. He's right at the line. See where the near side judge.
It looks like Forward Progress has got the first down, but it depends on which guy's foot they're going to go by.
White hat. There's an injured Falcon down on the field here at the sideline. Training staff coming over for West Rowan while we have players up, and he is walking towards the sideline.
Perry Gabriel sending us this one in. Perry says Charlotte Catholic 17-7 over Butler.
Wow. So Butler on the board in that one now, and this gives us a second to thank all the training staff from Atrium Health who come to these. They have to be at every practice and game.
That is enough for a first down.
That is good. So it's 1st and goal from the 4 for the Vikings, and it was 4 down territory. You'd have to think they were going for it either way, and
Mount Pleasant continuing to lead 17-0 over Albemarle. Lake Norman got a little closer as Lake Norman 22, Cox Mill 10. So the Chargers on the board again.
they're saying it's a turnover on downs there, Mark.
Really?
Yeah.
Where that ball is, that's first down.
That's at the 4-yard line. That should be a first down, I thought.
I thought that was a 4-yard line was the line to gain.
No, they said it's a turnover on downs there. And the
Oh, they
Falcons
say we
got
had to
the
get
ball.
to the 3. I thought they had to get to the 4.
So a turnover on downs. They hand it off, and they keep it in the quarterback's hands of Graham, who keeps it on the quarterback keeper, and he'll get some room for his offense as he gets that out to the 11.
Well, you don't want to let them get off the goal line here. Make them kick it again, play field position.
Yeah, I thought they had enough as well. And it says they were about a half a yard to a yard. And that's the Falcons' ball, 32-14 with 8:10 left here, third quarter. They'll put 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, working right to left, ball on the left hash. Fakes the handoff to Neal. He's set to throw it, and he misses Kennedy,
Wow.
who was coming across the middle of the field. And if he would have caught that one, he was going to pay dirt.
One of the Central Bears players could have had an interception. Missed it. He didn't see it. He runs about 30 yards down the field in his, what kind of shoes? He got pink shoes?
Pink shoes, Breast Cancer Awareness Month here for the month of October.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down. This is a big play here. 3rd down. And
there's a flag right there
3rd
at
and
the
3.
15-yard line, though, Mark. See what the
Oh.
penalty is on the field. They're over here talking to head coach
Okay.
Zach Bevilacqua.
I would take it. I don't push him back. Ineligible receiver downfield.
So that should back him up to the 10. If the flag was at the 5, the original line of scrimmage was at 10,
Yeah, it's
so
from
I
line
back
of
him up to
scrimmage,
the
so it'll be
5.
half the distance.
Yep. That'll put him to the 5.
Replay. Actually, that's just a 5-yard penalty, so it goes back 5.
It goes back 5, yep, for ineligible man downfield, yeah.
If it were inside the 10, it would be half the distance.
That's correct. Clock down to 8:01. There's the snap to Graham. Graham gives it to Neely. Neely swallowed up right there at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 1 and get it out to the 6.
I think Paul Coble was the man who made first contact. He came up and got a big arm around him and spun him around, and help got there.
It's going to bring
Short
up
gain.
a 3rd down in about 8 here. And they got him pinned against the goal line. And do you bring the blitz? And it looks like they're going to. And they back out of it and go into zone. They throw this one left side. Makes the catch right at the 20. Turning it across the middle of the field. Now makes a man miss. It's going to be Kennedy before being brought down across the 30. And Kennedy just found a soft spot right there in that zone mark. And Graham just burned one in there.
Yeah, he almost found a soft spot all the way down the middle of the field, too. Central finally got him to the ground.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, go ahead.
Number 5 connecting with number 6. And it's been a common theme today. A high snap, able to get it down, and he's going to be swallowed up in the backfield as that was almost a dangerous play and a turnover there.
Coble with another big hit.
Coble out there wearing the the Gladiator or Guardian cap?
I'm not sure what you call that. But,
I think it's the Guardian cap is what they call it.
one of the seniors on this Central Cabarrus team, honored before the game.
Clock down to 6:30 here. Score 32-14. West Rowan on top. 2nd down and 14 after the sack. They give it off to Neely. Neely runs up the middle, and he'll get it up to the 34 on 2nd down and make it a 3rd down and manageable here after being behind the chains.
So you got 3rd down and 7.
3rd down and 7 here.
Big play here. Central Cabarrus like to get the ball back, try to punch it in. They turned it over on downs at the 4 with their first possession.
3rd down and 7 here. Trips left, 1 to the right. There is a snap to Graham. Graham steps, looks towards the right where Kennedy is. Kennedy looks back, makes the catch, and he's going to be brought down at the Central Cabarrus 35.
Not a perfect ball, but he made the adjustment, came back and caught the ball, and that time Moises Bellin could not get the ball knocked free. We saw him earlier knock the ball free.
Right.
This time he couldn't get the hand in, and that's a big play.
They're going to actually spot it at the 33 after the catch. The officials, we come jogging up, and that's where they spot it. So a 1st down after the big play to Kennedy. Jogging one off late, but able to get the timeout in as head coach Zach Bevilacqua. Wasn't able to get the player off there, trying to get off. It might be 12. I see a 2 at the end. It might be McCorkle. He was trying to get off the field. Just didn't get him off in time, but the timeout awarded, and that stops it with 5:41 left here.
Yeah, but you hate to burn a timeout like that. You might need that at the end when you're trying to extend the game.
Yes, you might. Look and see if I can find us any updates on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard there, Mark.
Call the timeout instead of giving them a free play.
So Huff has extended the lead over Mallard Creek.
Have they really?
26-0 the score. Huff on top of Mallard Creek. Maiden leads Bunker Hill 14-0.
The Blue Devils over Bunker. I don't know what Bunker Hill's mascot is. Do you?
I do not. Did you say you said Duke, right? You called that one?
Duke
and Florida State. Duke leads 17-6 over Florida State at halftime.
I didn't.
That's from Perry.
Yeah, I heard that Florida State had one of the ugliest looking kick attempts ever seen.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I didn't see it. I just saw the headline come across on ESPN.
He also said the Mets lead 12-6 over the Dodgers, or won 12-6 over the Dodgers. That series tied up at 2 now. No, that should be 3-2, right? Isn't that their series?
I'm not sure.
I think they're 3-2 in that series.
I'm pulling for the Guardians.
You are?
Yeah.
I don't hate the Guardians. See, I'm pulling for both of those teams. You know, I got a little ties with both of them.
I don't like the Mets.
You don't like the Mets?
Don't like the Mets. They're in the Braves division.
Makes sense. See, I have a little
Don't like
bit of
the
ties.
Yankees either.
Not a Yankees fan. See, I'm a Yankees fan. So I want either the Yankees to win it because that's the team that I grew up rooting with for my grandfather, or I want the Guardians to win it because I have a tie with them through my work. The owner of our race team also owns a little bit of the Guardians as well.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
I have a little bit of love on both sides there.
I've been to a Guardians game.
They're at their stadium?
Yeah.
It's a pretty stadium.
Played the Red Sox.
Yep, Boston. That's a good
There was
one.
almost as many Red Sox fans as there were Guardians. It was a packed house, too.
They'll line up 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They shift the tight end from right to left. Ball spotted on the right hash. They hand this one off to Neely. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet. Shifting to the middle of the field. Runs over a man at the 10. And still on his feet and brought down right at the 10. Ran over a man at the 13 mark.
Neely's not very big, but he seemed to be pretty tough.
He lowered the shoulder at that 13-yard line and ran over him.
Got some quick feet, too.
Ball at the 10 now, 1st and goal. They go back to Neely quick. Neely finds a seam up the middle, and he's in there for his 2nd rushing touchdown. That ain't Neely, is it?
Yeah, it's Neely.
I couldn't tell.
I think it's 11, yeah.
It could have been a 6. I wasn't sure. But, yeah, I think it's 11 as well. It is. It's 11, Neely.
5:18 left in the 3rd quarter, and that's a big score.
That might be the dagger there, Mark. With 5:18 left, 38-14 the score.
Central kept battling back, trying to get the ball into the end zone. They couldn't get it in, and
the score
that is
here.
a 96-yard drive after the 4th down failure for Central Cabarrus inside the 5.
There's the snap, the place, the kick gets up, and it is good. The score, 39-14, 5:18 left here in Concord. And it looks like it's all West Rowan in this one so far. Looks like if they want to get back in at the Vikings, they need to start here on this drive.
Got to start converting some of the opportunities. You had the great kick return by James. And we've seen it all season long for Central Cabarrus. Big kick returns, nice punt returns, but not able to convert all the time. You gotta make the other team pay when you have those kind of opportunities.
Jogging one on late here. The special teams unit are the Vikings.
Now watch and see where he kicks it. If he gets it out toward the numbers, that's where he wants to kick it. If he kicks it in more toward the middle of the field, I think it gives Central returners a little bit better chance to return it.
Kicking off from right to left, kicking off from the 40-yard line. There it is, and it's a squib kick that's going to be fielded there by McCorkle at the 30. He'll come near side, get to the 40, go outside the numbers, near the sideline, fighting towards midfield, and he'll get across it and be down at the 49-yard line of West Rowan. And a flag flies in, and that one probably going towards Chinwall, as it looked like he kind of pushed one of the defenders out of the way there. And head coach Zach Bellavalacqua not happy with that one as he looks at the official.
We've called this guy's name a couple times, and he may have saved a touchdown on that play. Kendrick Cornelius, the defensive back, just wrapped his arms around McCorkle and able to.
And Kendrick Cornelius, like you said, he's not the biggest man out there on the field, but he is feisty. And it's a dead ball personal foul against Central Cabarrus. That's going to back them up, and they were across midfield at the 49 mark, and that's a 15-yard unsportsmanlike.
You lose a lot of field position.
It's going to put them back at their own 46, right?
I think if I'd ever played football, I'd have got a lot of those.
Unsportsmanlike?
I can't keep my mouth shut.
Hey, I'd have trouble with it too. I'm a very fiery individual. I'm very competitive. I don't take losing real well. But it's part of sports. You got to be able to handle losing. You got to be able to handle it. It's not fun. It's not fun.
My grandmother always said, and my brother would get so mad, and I would kind of get mad too, but said somebody's got to lose.
Somebody has to. Somebody always has to lose. It's never fun losing, but if you played the best you could, that's all you can do. They shift James in motion from the slot now into the backfield. They're going to run the little pitch option. They pitch it to James near side, and he's going to get a couple, as it looked like he might have got swallowed up there, but he was able to fight forward and get it up.
Well, sometimes that short side option will work. That time they just kind of ran out of room, and I think James may have gotten a little bit out of the pitch relationship too, and just lose. You want to get him, pitch him where they've got momentum going, and I think he'd lost his momentum and have to wait on the ball.
I agree with you there, Mark, on that one. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 here with the ball spotted at the 37-yard line here. They got 2 receivers. That one's going to be blown up in the backfield and push them back inside the 35, back to the 33 as they gave it to James. James limping as he comes up there.
I tell you, that's 14 again. We called his name a couple times today. When he decides he's coming, that's Talon Blackwell. He is not going to be stopped. He ran through. They got a piece of him, and he ran right through the block and almost overran the play. He got a hold of James, and then he had a teammate come back in and finish him up.
Under 4 here in the third quarter. Facing a 3rd down and 14 here as they're, or 3rd down and 13. Here's they're behind the chains with the ball back at their own 33. They'll put 2 receivers to the left, a wing back to the right of Clay. They shift Clay from right to left now is the wing back. James in the backfield to the left of his quarterback. Rogers rolls left, gets to the left hash, being chased by Toomer, and throws one that falls incomplete, but got buried when he got rid of it back at the 20.
I tell you what, Rogers needs to maybe in the whirlpool after this one, or the ice bath, or both.
Yeah.
He has been hit and hit and hit.
He has
Caught
been,
that one right in the rib cage just as they threw him down.
for sure.
He was fortunate to get that ball forward. So 4th down, Central's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah. Chilly night here. It's football weather, I can tell you that. So Central to punt this one. The punter stands back at his own 18-yard line. Back deep to receive is Watts. And Tucker is going to go to
punt.
Tucker. Tucker will field it at his own 35. He'll thought about going to the middle of the field, and he will be swallowed up, and he'll actually lose a yard back to his own 34.
It looked like the return was set toward the middle of the field, and when he started that way, the pursuit was already there. Good high-hanging kick, and Cossack doing a good job. He's kicked the ball well tonight.
Cossack has kicked the ball well tonight. Clock stop 3:04 here. Third quarter, score 39-14. West Rowan on top of the Central Cabarrus Vikings. The Vikings trying to get their first win at home here this season. Only 1 win on the year. That coming last week against East Rowan, 37-20. Senior day here in Concord. Ball spotted on the left hash, working left to right. They put 2 receivers wide side of the field, 1 short. They hand this off to the ball carrier of Kennedy. Kennedy comes near side, and he'll get a couple run out of bounds at the 37.
Just kind of escorted out of bounds.
Never really got any steam going there, like you said, Mark. He kind of just got it and got to the sideline and got a couple.
I'm still trying to figure out what that number is. 20-something. Is it 20?
Where do you see that at?
On the man who made the tackle. If it's 20,
I think it was 20, yeah.
it's Dustin Crump.
I think that's who it was 20. There's the snap, a high snap, but Graham's able to get it. It's a blown-up play, and the ball
Infinite Mara making the tackle.
Ball popped out at the end, but the quarterback of Graham already down.
Got some help on that one by Will Schultz again. Schultz back from injury, doing a good job tonight.
As I say, Will Schultz, we called his name a couple of times tonight in this game. He's playing a good game here on Senior Day. As they line up, trips to the right, 1 to the left. Running back in the lineup to the left of his quarterback here. He tries to get him to jump, but can't. Kennedy is the back with 1:55 left here. Ball in the middle of the field at the 33-yard line.
We've seen 3 or 4 high snaps on the shotgun. That time
That's
a good snap.
Pressure gets there. A little screen that never develops, and it falls incomplete as there was nobody there in the middle as Graham gets buried as he gets rid of it.
You got to have enough of a fake to hold the guy from running completely over the quarterback. That time, the receiver did not have a time to kind of run in front of the quarterback where he could drop it off in front of the screen.
Clock stop with 1:19 left here. 39-14 the score, and they're out to punt this one. James.
They got a man running on late.
And a high punt.
There's the flag. It's going to be too many men on the field.
That was square up in the air.
They should have let that play go and called illegal participation. The guy ran onto the field from the sideline while the ball was in the air.
That's what happened there.
But they're not going to let him have a chance to return that one.
And Bevilacqua was trying to say he wants a time. I see him signaling timeout now. But I don't know if he wants it or was trying to tell him he was wanting it or what he wanted there.
Too many men on the field. And he was also he was offside.
Coach Zach Bevilacqua talking to
maybe
side
they
judge,
only had 10.
and he wants to enforce the penalty and back him
Well,
up.
he really didn't have any choice. He blew the ball dead
Yeah,
before they could field the ball.
backs him up to the 29-yard line, and they'll repunt this one. James back deep to receive. He stands back at his own 35 and awaits the punt here. The punter here, Carter Durant, the junior.
We've seen a good leg kick the 42-yard field goal late in the first half.
Gets it, gets rid of it. This one high in the air. It's going to be near midfield. Be fielded at the 44, and flags fly in from every which direction. And there was a huge collision just short of midfield with some guys. They all got tangled up, Mark.
Yeah, we'll see what it is. It's
About 4 guys running down right in the middle of the field, right at the 50, got their feet tangled up or shoved or something, and they all went down.
And James tried to draw a flag, too, as well. He called fair catch and then kind of got popped a little bit after the play. You got to learn to be like those punters. You got to flop when they hit you like that.
Or, as we were talking about on Twitter and just moments before the game.
Yeah, I was watching Carolina Georgia Tech, and in the fourth quarter, Carolina's trying to run kind of a speed game on offense. The Georgia Tech players would just all of a sudden mysteriously become injured. And there was one that was really flagrant. The guy's standing in his stance near the maybe one of the outside linebackers or safety near the line of scrimmage. He's standing there. He looks to the sideline. Somebody waves to him. He goes to one knee. They blow the whistle. He gets up and trots off the field.
That's a tough call there.
Yeah, and the broadcasters were talking about it, and so they're going to back it up against Central Cabarrus here.
Couple of updates on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard real quick there, Mark. Mount Pleasant and Albemarle. Mount Pleasant leads that one 17-14 over Sun Valley. And a shock of the day right here.
What's
Huff,
that?
33, Mallard Creek.
Huff winning would be the shock. I think the shock of that
is the score.
Is the lopsidedness of it.
We got an update from Chris as well.
Going to the fourth quarter. Northwest 21, Concord 7.
I agree. I don't think Huff winning is the deal. As they hand this one off to James. James works left down the left hash. He gets it up to the 36. So a pickup of 6 there from DeMonte James.
Letting the big guys work.
And like you said, I don't think, like you said, the score is what the shock is there. 33 to nothing.
The margin.
Like Huff is a good school. They're, like I said, they're number 5 in the state.
Rogers limping just a little bit as he came back into the huddle, and I'm not surprised.
After that shot he took on that last play, I'm not surprised either. As the clock winds down to 30 seconds left here in the third quarter, they hand this off to James. James up the middle, lowers the shoulder, and he's a yard short of the first down and brought down for 39. That should be the final play unless head coach Zach Bevilacqua decides to run one more here before the end of the third quarter.
I don't think they're going to get lined up in time. You can see Rogers kind of hobbling over to the sideline to get the play call. And they're going to just flip sides of the field.
And again, this would be one that Perry's not too mad about. Ball spotted 39. You only got to jog about 25 yards.
And, of course, Perry, our friend Perry Gabriel, the graduate of West Rowan High School.
Yes, he is. His alma mater on top today. 39-14 here as we head to the fourth quarter.
Well, let's play us a commercial here.
I'm good with it.
Tell you about the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah.
Once upon a time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Huzzah! Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates while supplies last. Too jolly good.
You'll love the Renaissance Festival.
There's music, comedy, circus entertainments, a giant crafts market, jousting nights, the living mermaids, and a feast all rolled into a non-stop outdoor family adventure. Presented by Pepsi. Sponsored by Hedis Tita. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates while supplies last. Renaissance Festival, here I come.
Welcome back in to Concord, North Carolina. 12 minutes on the clock. We're set to start the fourth quarter. The score 39-14. The alma mater of one of our very own Perry Gabriel on top here as they do a direct snap.
With the old power play and got those two fullbacks and
Eshmara with that's Eshmara with it on the carry and enough for a first down.
see what I'm talking about? Those numbers though. Look at
We got an Indian Viking down.
Look at Clapp's number. There's almost no space between the sides of the circular numbers.
There's very little space, and even on that,
You get halfway out the field, you can't tell an 8, a 9. Yeah.
exactly, they all look the same. So all of them do. First down here, they give it to James. James up the middle, trying to push the pile, and he'll get forward progress stopped after a pickup of 2.
They have to keep those whistles blowing because they keep pounding each other out there.
They do. Nobody's wanting to give up in this one. That moves the ball up to the 43. Clock continues to run. 11 minutes left here, facing a second down in 8 after the 2-yard run there from James. Rogers looks towards the sideline and gets the call here. Ball spotted directly in the middle of the field, working right to left, are the Vikings. Ball's at their own 43. They'll come out. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. The man to the right by himself is Chinua Clay in the slot with McCorkle at the bottom. They give it to James, who works right across the right hash. And forward progress stopped this time at the 46.
Yeah, they're just playing a little power football, power defense, power running.
Pick up a 3 there on that one. It's going to make it a third down and about 5 here after the pickup of 2 and 3. Needing the 49 for a first down.
Now, West lost to Robinson and Northwest.
Yes. Robinson Northwest back-to-back. In conference. That's their in-conference losses, yes. They lost.
That's a pretty good football team.
There is the snap. And James trying to fight forward, but hit in the backfield. He'll say the line of scrimmage. No, he lost yardage.
He lost 2, yeah. Lost 2.
That's where they were, and then he got the 2 yards. Now he lost them back, and that's going to make it a fourth down, and here comes the punting unit. Yeah, this is a good team right here. They beat Carson. They beat South Rowan. They lost to Northwest by Robinson 48-7, and they still have left at home versus Concord on 10 versus East Rowan on 11-1. So both of those winnable games for them as well.
I would think so, too, yeah.
Have to think with a win here, they go up to 500. 2 more wins puts them at 6-4. There's the punt. It's going to be fielded, and he gets clobbered the second he caught it was Watts.
Is that Bryson Pate?
Bryson Pate, yes, with the tackle there, back at the 21-yard line.
I was surprised catch on that play. That was not a smart play.
No, because Bryson
The only
Pate
way
buried
Central
him.
Cabarrus gets back in is if you turn the ball over. That's a good way to turn the ball over. Fortunate to hang on to it.
Because Bryson Pate came down there with a head full of steam and buried him. Now they're going to move the ball over to the left. Well, they're going to, I don't know what they were doing. Okay, so the ball spotted the 25. They had it laying at the 21. Now it's 25. That's where the tackle was made. So they're going to line up. Power formation here. Quarterback in the center of his 2 running backs. Neely in the back behind them both. There's the snap to Graham. Graham gives it to Neely. Works left. Across the numbers. Headed towards the sideline. And hit just before the 30 and around the 28.
I think this is a little bit okay. We're just going to run the ball. We're just going to line it up. And we got a player down, and they're waving for the training staff to come onto the field.
Yeah, it looks like it's a green jersey on the far side of the field. One of the Vikings as the Atrium Health training staff jogs across the field. Gets a little workout out in themselves, jogging the width of the field. That gives us a second to thank all the trainers who are at every practice, every game for all sports to make it possible for these high school athletes to be able to participate in their sports. The trainers and the student athletic trainers, thanks for all they do to make it possible for these young men and women to participate in all their sports. They're all courtesy of Atrium Health.
Don't forget some of our sponsors for tonight's ball game. Independent Tribune, and of course we've got the Athlete Spotlight that comes up. Got a spot for 2 players or athletes each week. We've had a little bit of trouble getting people to actually fill out the form and become the spotlight athlete. So if you've got an athlete you'd like to nominate, all they got to do, we get a picture and ask them a few questions. They fill it out, and they can be one of the athletes of the week. That's independenttribune.com, or go to jhorton@independenttribune.com. That's Jamal's email address. He'd be happy to hear from you.
Jamal Horton. That man gives everything he's got to high school athletics, putting it in the Tribune. Great writer and everything like that. And I just turned on a highlight here of the baseball game, and Austin Powers just went deep for the Yankees, and it looks like this highlight was from the second inning. And
that
it's
wasn't
3-1.
Mini-Me, was it? Mm-mm. Was that Austin Powers?
Austin Powers out, yeah. It's his little brother.
Oh, okay.
As we line up here on 2nd and 7 after the stoppage, we'll have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. There is the ball. He handed off to Neely. Neely runs up the middle, enough for the first down, and brought down at the 40.
Well, Neely's had a good game. The man who was injured, Paul Coble's running back out on the field again. Coble had missed some time, I think, earlier this year, but back out there.
He did. Clock continues. Of West Rowan working left to right. Ball spotted left hash. 2 receivers short side of the field stacked. One to the right. They move the stack back receiver in motion. Fakes the toss to him. Throws that one to his tight end who can't make the catch of Max Brown.
A lot of moving parts on that, and I think the quarterback just trying to do it a little too quick. If he can get that on target, that goes for 6.
Yeah, they made that tough on the broadcaster too as well to try to explain all that. There was so much going on.
Yeah, you had a fake to a back, you had a fake to a jet, and then you have just a hard throw down the field
to the tight end who was unable to hold on to it. Again, 2nd down and 10 here with the ball at the 40. They fake the handoff. They go into the flat. It's going to be caught as the man streaking across the field, now across the numbers, and he's going to take it to the house. Is going to be
number 13.
Brandon Stevenson.
That was almost the same play with better timing.
With better timing, yeah.
He threw it on time, and
60 yards with 7:53 left here. The score 45-14. West Rowan strikes again. Like you said, this is a good football team here, Mark.
Yeah, they've got some good pieces. Mount Pleasant has scored again as they go to the 4th quarter. Mount Pleasant 24, Albemarle nothing.
Going to line up to go for 2 here with the offense out there on the field. Graham has Neely lined up behind him. They'll put 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2-point conversion attempt here for the Falcons. There's a snap to Graham. Graham fakes the handoff, goes left side, got a man, makes the catch on the far side of the field. That's going to be caught by Jamike Tucker. So the 2-point conversion is good. Makes the score 47-14 with 7:53 left here in Concord at Central Cabarrus on senior night. Can get an update here from one of these games I was looking for.
Yeah, we've had a lot of updates today on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. We've had a lot of long plays, so we have not been in the Pizza Hut red zone too many times.
No, we have not. Is Robinson able to come out victorious? That one final, 48-7 over South Rowan. Robinson improves to 8-0 on the year.
Big collision course next week. I think it's at Northwest Cabarrus. Robinson
I think that's right. Yeah.
So Robinson and Northwest Cabarrus, essentially South Piedmont Conference Championship on the line next week.
Yeah, I think that's the collision course they're on for next week.
We saw them twice last year in 2 really barn-burning games.
But a new quarterback this year for Northwest as Alex Walker graduated.
New quarterback for J.M. Robinson.
And a squib kick that goes left to be fielded at the 30. It looks like McCorkle with it. McCorkle is the one with it, and he gets it up to the 40.
McCorkle had a good return last time. He got a Sunday hop on that squib kick, too.
Stops the clock with 7:44 left here in the ball game, and the Vikings, this one pretty much out of reach for them, but I'd like to give something to the home fans here for the last time here at home. They'd like to put one on the board, make it 21 here.
We've got Daniel Clay, looks like. Is that Clay going at quarterback?
That's Clay jogging out there. Yeah, and Rogers is right here on the sideline still. And we have seen Clay play quarterback this year, Mark. He came out for a couple of plays.
We saw Pate at quarterback as well.
And now they're jogging on Zach Bevilacqua. I think that's who that is, isn't it?
Which one?
The one jogging on right now, 57?
No, that's no, I'm not sure who 57. 57 is must be one of the 8 quarter guys.
Yeah. And it is a different quarterback, and it's on the ground. And it's on the earth, and I can't tell who came away with it, but it looks like West Rowan's got the football. And they got it in hand. Was 45 holding it or no?
I'm going to say second down, looks like. Somehow Central Cabarrus got it back.
They didn't. West. See, I thought it was West. I couldn't tell. They all jumped off that pile, and West has got it in a bad turnover and a bad exchange. As they tried to get that one from Bryson Pate, who went in there at quarterback, to DeMonta James.
I'm not sure that.
That might not have been Pate. That might be 18. That is Bryson Pate, 18.
I didn't think he was out. Well, maybe next year Central Cabarrus will have better numbers.
Yeah, it's tough. I thought it was Bryson Pate, this young man right here.
That's a 10, though, isn't that Clay?
That right there? I thought that was 18.
They went in. He just went into the trainer's tent.
They say,
That looked like 10 to me.
So it's 10. That'd be Daniel Clay. As they ran this play, and I missed it. We both missed it, but they only got 2 yards.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out who was
it's tough
who
to
was
see
on that play. Yeah,
it's tough to see the jerseys. Yeah, that'd be.
That's 10.
And they're upset.
Now we got
to
a fight on the sideline. Yeah, Central Cabarrus needs to remain a little calm.
Yeah, there's some players that are frustrated with each other.
You can't be fighting your own players on the sideline.
No.
It's been that kind of night with a few exceptions.
And they go for a pickup of nothing on second down there. Puts the ball at the 35-yard line to bring up third down and 9. Clock continues to run.
I'm not really sure what that was all about either.
I'm not sure either. But it looks like it's
Clay went off to the side and was just kind of hiding out. Somebody came over and said something to him. And
next thing you know, they were pushing each other. There is the snap, a backup quarterback in there now. I'll get the number once I look. That one tossed and caught at the 25 and out of bounds at the 20. That one caught by number 81.
Who's the quarterback?
Don't have a name for 81. And it looks like 32 is the quarterback, and 32 is going to be Jalen Moulton.
So Moulton, the defensive back sophomore. We called his name earlier, I think when he made a tackle in the secondary.
And no name for 81, so we'll just say 81 with the catch.
Yep.
Moulton gets the snap, gives it off to the ball carrier, who's swallowed up in the backfield, and that's a different running back than we've called all night. Looks like 34 is who that's going to be.
Big 74 for Central Cabarrus making the tackle, Kendrick Parks.
Devon White, the running back there, also plays linebacker. He's a freshman out there getting a little bit of varsity action here. As we are set here for a 2nd and 11 after the first down run lost there from White. Snap to Melton. Melton gives it back to White. White goes left, now works back right down the left hash. He'll get inside the Pizza Hut red zone at the 19 and keep the clock ticking.
Tick, tick, tick.
The clock is their friend right now, Mark.
Yeah, they're not in any hurry, but they got a lot of subs out there. They want to do well. This is their opportunity to show what they can do in live action.
This is your chance to try to solidify your spot next year onto the varsity team if there's an open position.
And, of course, if Graham or one of these other guys go down or gets nicked up, you want to have these guys or some live reps so that they know what to do. And there he's going to the –
Melton keeping it to quarterback, and he's going to fight forward, and he's got enough for the first down as he's brought down at the 10.
Nearly scored, but that one's probably coming back.
Flag back at the 15.
Holding.
And it's going to be a hold on West Rowan, and that is going to back them up.
Sometimes that happens, too, when you got a lot of subs out there.
Start.
And Pate's down there talking to one of the coaches. Pate's an outstanding baseball player, we've been told, too, and really, really good baseball player.
Looks very athletic. I'd like to see him play baseball. So a first down and 15 here after the penalty. Backs the ball up outside of the Pizza Hut red zone, back to the 26. Put 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There is the snap to Melton. Melton rolls left, throws into the flat towards the first down marker. Still on his feet, streaking, and he's got the first down as that one's going to be caught by Feaster.
One of the Central Cabarrus defenders just got pancaked.
Yeah, he did. That's enough to move the chains all the way up at the 9-yard line. So 4:53, clock continues to run here. They're lined up for a first down and goal with the ball at the 9. There's a snap. They give it off to the ball carrier, White, and White swallowed up in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Coble right in the middle of that one.
And right there is where, and I'm not calling anybody out, Mark, so don't think I am. Please, nobody else as well. This is where you see, like you said, the subs being in and the varsity starters for the Vikings still out there. You see that penetration they're getting on that offensive line, which is what's hurting White there in the backfield.
Dustin Crump also in on that play.
Just a little bit more playing time for the guys out there on the field is all that is. They'll line up here, second and goal with the ball back at the 11. There's the snap. The quarterback set to throw, goes left side, and he's going to throw an interception and picked off in the end zone for a touchback. And I'm trying to see who that is.
I think that's Balin.
Is that 5?
Yeah, that's
That is Balin.
Moises Balin. We saw him make a couple of plays in the secondary, and that was a big one there to keep West Rowan out of the end zone. Not a particularly well-thrown ball. If you throw that, you got dove, and they're going to come to the sideline, call timeout. But
Yep, West Rowan calls a timeout.
And I think Coach is going to go over there and tell them, hey, listen, we've got this game won. We don't need anybody to get ejected. We need everybody to play.
Yes, we do. Well, real quick, not a
they're going to offset it. So
that's even better since they offset. That's good.
Yeah.
So, real quick, non-football related, I just got an ESPN update on my phone. The old ESPN. Warriors to set Steph Curry finger ahead of the preseason final versus the Lakers. So he is not playing in the preseason final. So he'll set out with an injured finger at the end of 3. The Yankees lead 3-2 over the Guardians in that one.
Rogers is escorting Clay down the sideline.
We'll get him over here under the tent. Maybe get him a bottle of water.
Needs to cool off. Yeah, you don't need to be. So Central Cabarrus with the second down.
I think it's going to be a second down. Yeah,
yes.
It should be rerun the down because offsetting penalties. Should be second down and about 7 here is what it should be.
So the ball's to 24, 3:58 to play.
So a second down and 6. Ball lined up, left hash working right to left. They give it to James. James goes left, runs into a pile, keeps the legs turning. He'll get it up to the 26.
I think you knew James is going to get it. Right before the ball was snapped, he's adjusting his helmet, making sure everything is strapped up, and then he gets the handoff.
And he knew he was going to get popped. Real quick update. Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. We got a final one. A.L. Brown, South Iredell. South Iredell 38, A.L. Brown 17.
So the Wonders made a little bit of a comeback, but lose to South Iredell.
Got an update from Chris Hudson as well. We'll give that update here after this play, Mark. I'll let you give it. 2 to the right, 1 to the left here. 3rd down and 4. The man down here at the bottom looks like number 9, Oglesby Wiggins. There is the snap to Pate. Pate gives it to James. James comes near side. He gets to the 25, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, the 26.
And then has his blocker fall on top of him. Yeah, Chris says Northwest Cabarrus on the board again. 106 left at Concord. Northwest Cabarrus 28, Concord 7, 106 left in the game.
Sounds like Northwest and Robinson on a collision course for next week. That could be one we could enjoy calling there, Mark.
Yeah, I think so. I saw Robinson play here. I have not seen Northwest play this year.
I have not seen Northwest yet this either. I've seen Robinson 3 times this year, and I've seen none of Northwest. And Robinson looks really good with head coach Jason Seidel. They're able to get this one
Nobody
away.
back to receive.
They brought the house to block it, and it's going to.
Oh, he's going to try to grab
jump
it.
on
What on earth are you doing?
Jumped on it back at the 35-yard line, and I'm not sure why they did that. It's going to be Jeffrey Huffman.
So
sorry.
Huffman gets in the scorebook as a return, grabbing a bouncing ball, diving in front of a Central Cabarrus cover man.
Good kick from Cossack, able to flip the field here. They had the ball at the 24, and he's able to get it up to the Vikings 35, or not the Vikings, the Falcons 35 with 2:28 left here. The score 47-14 so far, been all West Rowan in this one since early in the game. Able to score first drive with the Vikings, and it's kind of been nothing but Falcons since. Working left to right. They'll put two receivers left, one to the right. They hand this off to the running back who works left, and he'll pick up 2 and get it up to the 37. That's going to be number 30 there, and we don't have a name for 30.
Yeah, it must be another one of those 8-quarter guys. 44 running on for Central Cabarrus, I think, for the first time, and we have no 44 on our roster today. They bring out Ishmara probably for the final time, coming to the sideline.
In front of his home crowd on senior day, they hand this one off again to number 30, who goes up the middle. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and they'll give him one more up to the 38. Clock winding down to 1:45 left here. It's going to be a 3rd down and 7 here for the Falcons. No need to rush here. Well in control. Clock is your friend. Only 1:30 left in the ball game. We'll make it a quick post game show so we can get out of here with it being chilly.
Yeah, I didn't bring a jacket.
So
I made a crucial mistake tonight.
We'll make a quick post game show, folks, and we'll get out of here after the post game as they hand this one off to 30 again, and 30 gets back to the line of scrimmage as the clock.
The mysterious 44 gets the tackle.
It's a little different when you're just calling it by numbers. Doesn't that just feel a little different? I can only call him 30. You can only call him 44. It just sounds a little different.
Yeah, 44. First name 40, last name 4.
Yes, they're going to line up.
McCorkle going back to receive. This is.
They got 12 on the field, you hear.
It looked like about 25 out there.
They're going to jog one off, and they are going to get him off just in time. There is the snap. The kick is up. It's a good kick. McCorkle calls for the fair catch, and he'll make the catch and gets pounded after he catches it, and there's the flags that fly in.
McCorkle had to run up to catch it, and he was kind of staggering as he caught it. The player thought he was running and tackled him.
Huffman, the one who made the hit there.
It's a tough play. You see him running, and you think he's still running. You didn't realize it's fair catch.
Yeah, and it's when you're young like this young man is, he's only a sophomore. It was Hartwell who made the hit there, like you said.
It's not a good play, but it's a
learning experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's a learning experience for the young man, only a sophomore, probably only seen the field 1 or 2 times this season.
Of course, if you're going to do that, you might as well lower the boom, not just have a little twist and tackle. You know what? It's to Brown for a 2-point conversion, made it 14-7. West Rowan again gets the ball back. Kennedy, a 63-yard run. Neely with the run for 2 points. That was a 65-yard drive with 1:54 left in the first quarter, 22-7. Early in the second quarter, good field position again for West Rowan. They drive 55 yards, a 35-yard screen pass. I did not get who caught that one, but the kick made it 29-7. The kicks today for the West Rowan team, Carter Durant, and he made a couple of kicks as well as a field goal. Flea flicker for Central Cabarrus with 6:01 left. They handed the ball off twice. The quarterback filtered out into the end zone and caught the pass as Rogers gets the 12-yard pass. Cossack with the kick, making it 29-14. And it looked like late in the half, Central Cabarrus might get the ball back and have a chance to cut further in the lead at 29-14. Not to be outdone. Had a couple of turnovers back and forth, and then West Rowan getting a late field goal with 56 seconds left in the half. Carter Durant, 42 yards, made it 32-14. West Rowan held Central Cabarrus after they got the ball at the 25-yard line on a great kick return. to open the second half, Devontae James, but they turned the ball over on downs at the 4-yard line. A 96-yard drive ensued for West Rowan. Neely with a 10-yarder. Carter Durant with the kick made it 39-14. And then midway through the fourth quarter, a 60-yard pass play from Graham to Stevenson. That capped off the scoring. A 2-point pass to Tucker. 47-14 is the final score with West Rowan coming out on top.
And it's going to be a tough battle for West stepping in next week, like you said, against Concord. You don't really know what you get with Concord as that game just went final. We just got an update from Chris Hudson on that one. The final score for that one, I think, was 28-7.
Yeah, 28-7.
Northwest able to get that one. We'll look and see. So, Mark, it looks like next week there's a collision course, as me and you talked about, for Robinson and Northwest to face off. And I think the game's at Northwest, didn't it?
I believe so, because I think last year we had them over at Jam Robinson.
Yeah, 'cause I think they went Northwest, they played a week, and then they went into playoffs, and they played again at Northwest. And, yeah, that's where it's at. It is 7 o'clock kickoff, Northwest Cabarrus and Robinson on 10:25. That's going to be a ball game.
Well, final score here was 47-14. West Rowan coming away with the victory and going above 500 in league play and going to 500 overall. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you in part by BenMinot.com, your hometown drugstore, Cannon Pharmacy, Wilkinson Funeral Home in Concord, by the Carolina Pizza Huts, Cabarrus County's newspaper, that is the IndependentTribune.com, the Carolina Renaissance Festival, and by the Southern Christmas Show. For James Melick, I'm Mark Plemmons for Radio Free Cabarrus and 45 Sports and everybody here at Central Cabarrus. Thanks for joining us. The final score, one more time, 47-14, West Rowan over Central Cabarrus. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us.